am reclaimer of my name. And hello, everybody. Welcome to a special episode. What the F are we reading? It's gonna be something special today. So welcome first, my co-host, as always, Latvian Dragon. Hello.
Sveiki.
Hey.
Sorry.
And finally, our guest of honor, please welcome.
Katana.
Holy Ninja.
You know, the context of that smog scene, like, it's a cool moment if it weren't for the scene that happened immediately before.
Oh, can you stop it already? Whatever. Let's...
Oh, he really doesn't like the Hobbit.
Yeah, I know already. It's all right. Let's just talk about this silly world building.
Yeah. Whichever one of you could start sharing your screen on Microsoft Paint.
I got the file. Hold on. I need to do edit with Paint 3D and share screen. Don't show this. Boom. All right. Can you see
And
it?
you take my frame rate.
Oh, great.
Oh, wait. Is that the same map that's used in most of these evolution of Empire?
No, it's based on an Axis and Allies board.
Ah.
Yeah, so maybe I'll have to do is share my screen after we're done. Wolf, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
That, or if I did a direct send message on the image file to you, so you could send it to Latvian.
All right, I'll send it to Latvian.
Wait.
Okay. If you could pull it up in Microsoft Paint, then
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, I sent you the picture. Just need to put in Microsoft Paint, and well, we can get started.
Okay.
All right, so everyone, you got any questions for us? Start asking, because we're not going to be reading today. This is going to be kind of a break, because we feel like we've been reading for quite a while. So this is going to be something fun.
We're just going to go insane world building.
Yeah.
So what essentially we're doing is we're improving the world of Roman Fox, at least with these Romans, and just saying, okay, what's the context?
It's like, since we don't know what the world really looks like, we're going to make it up on our own.
Yeah. And make it extra silly, as silly as the Romans.
I mean, we got the United States of Finland headed up by metal bands.
Yes, the United States of Finland, which includes England. I want England to be part of the United States of Finland.
Hang on, real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Huh. Interesting map.
Yeah.
All right. How do we work this?
Yes, Grant Harper. I am pretty sure we're doing it next week. So.
Okay.
We're just getting stuff around.
What do we do?
Can you share the screen?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Share screen. Yeah. Application windows. Yeah. How does it look?
I'm not popping it up. Maybe Wolf has to approve it.
I'm back. And yes, Grant Harper, we will be reacting to it next time. This is just a break for now.
Yeah. All right. How good
Okay.
is on the frame rate?
Everything's good.
Cool. All right. I suggest just use the bucket because all it is that we're gonna fill in territories
Okay. Where is that bucket?
right next to the A.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm assuming we're gonna do red for Rome.
Yep.
So of course we're gonna give them Italy.
Yeah. So red's gonna go to.
Like,
Okay.
is there a
Now,
way you can zoom in a bit?
I don't think so.
I think in the bottom right corner, there's like a zoom function.
yeah, it says right there. Like, there's a 1 to 100.
There.
Better. There you go.
Yeah, so we can see. All right.
Okay, so according to his established world, they have destroyed they have quote unquote destroyed the Norse, since we actually know what happened to them in our world.
So they at least have
Denmark,
Germany,
France,
Hmm.
Belgium.
Where's Belgium?
right there. It's that line in between France and it's basically the Netherlands and it's Northern Europe.
Yeah, like they're
Here.
they probably also has Switzerland. So,
It would be funny if they did it.
oh my god, actually no, remove that. In our world, the Swiss are still
There's
around.
an undo.
Yeah.
Oh, the left. If you do the left click, it will remove it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they have either Norway or Sweden.
They probably have both.
And probably Finland.
Not really. Finland's weird.
Yeah. Don't they have some? We can give them Spain if we want.
Yeah, they pretty much have nearly all of Europe. I think up to I think if I remember correctly, like up to I think it's Belarus.
Belarus. So that's in right. Let me just pull up Axis and Allies.
Belarus. It's called Belarus.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Belarus.
yeah. Let me just
Okay.
This looks like the 1941 map, I think. Let me just check.
This is how.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just open image another tab just to see where Belarus is. There's Poland.
Mm.
All right, it's Belarus is about there. Yeah, right where you put it. Is that the line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Poland? The
Everything,
Baltics?
like I said, everything up to Belarus is probably theirs.
Part of the empire, yeah, in some way. We can even go into details about.
You know what? Okay.
So they have like Greece. They have like Greece and at least half of the Black Sea. No, I don't want to. Actually, for the Middle East, I don't want to give them the Middle East.
Why?
At least give them Turkey.
Maybe Turkey. I will probably because I want to actually. It depends on what year we're gonna put the timeline in. Because it's after the first fall of the Roman Empire. And we want to put in Vikings, right?
Yeah. Over here in the United States.
So I would say what the year would be like 1500.
Yeah, okay.
Around that time. So a lot of time for exploration.
Okay, I got an idea. Okay, it's a bit. Where should I put the deep blue?
Ooh,
Okay. I will call this the Baltic Empire.
the Baltic Empire.
Is it? Should we
Yeah, there's
take
no-
this?
There's no rule saying you can't put it there.
Yeah, if we I wish we put on some map. Remember that chapter where they showed the map?
All right.
Yeah,
No,
so
but
it could.
I actually forgot.
Yeah, but let's just pull up the map. See if because I know there's at least like a couple states blocking them from the sea.
Yeah. Let me see. I can't remember because I don't remember which chapter that was.
I think it was like the first set that I was part of.
Okay, so I see here Roman versus Sin. That's
Oh, by the way, Latvian, we're having India as its own nation.
so make that green.
Yeah, nice dark green.
I don't know which country should. I think orange fits India better.
Okay. We know that Japan is having its at least it's gonna have Japan is gonna have Japan and Korea.
Japan and Korea.
Mm-hmm.
What color it should be?
Pink,
Oh.
cherry blossoms.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Wait, which is Korea?
Korea is right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Hong Kong tried to use yellow for Hong Kong.
Where is Hong Kong?
It's you see that island?
Here?
Yeah. No, up there on that island. It's the mainland island.
Here?
No, that's Vietnam. It's right next to Vietnam. To the top right.
Fuck it.
I wish No, so go down. It's 3 spaces directly down from Korea.
Directly 3 spaces down from Korea.
Right.
Here?
That's the island. That's 1 space top left.
Here?
Yes. That's yellow.
That
That's
should
yellow.
be.
It's
Yeah,
its own
that's
independent
Hong Kong.
nation because that's Avatar land.
China is asshole.
Wait, I thought Hong Kong only was an island.
No, it's not. It's actually more of a It's a
Peninsula.
harbor. It's a harbor.
Yeah.
It's a natural harbor. So
Okay,
at
now-
least Hong Kong is going to be its own independent thing, and then China, in general, is going to be in their bunch of other nations.
So
Okay, found it. Okay, it large landmasses on the map. The color red took up much of the lands. There's a large blue spot on the map west of the Empire. So yeah, we do have verification for the United States of Finland, since they just see ocean beyond that.
Mhm.
The United States of Finland. Finland.
Yes, and one of the reasons.
Okay, the lower one to the south of the Empire is green.
Okay.
Here?
Yeah, and it's like I would say like all of Africa. That would be green then.
I would say we want to give Egypt its own thing, right?
So let's make that gold.
Yeah. I would say I want to give actually because there was references to them having taken out some villages on that. So I would say give Rome the 2 spaces right next to Egypt.
I'm going to wait.
Oh, you accidentally hit the
Yeah.
They also own the ocean. That makes sense.
I would say I wanted to divide up Africa a bit more because Africa itself, as a continent, has a lot of different various factions within it. I want to get. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we want to get on Somalia.
Or Ethiopia. Ethiopia is like E.
What would we give them like parts of the Nile River? Because that would make some sense for them.
Yeah.
So,
But Egypt has. I think actually that is enough. Is that Somalia or Ethiopia?
On that tip coast right there, that sword coast, that's Somalia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, let me just check on the how they. All right. Oh, that tip it does include Ethiopia.
Oh.
So we can have that as its. So I'm thinking for Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can give Egypt as one of them, a Western African empire and a Southern African empire, and then a kingdom. Like give Ethiopia its own nation.
So let's make that steel then for Ethiopia.
No, I'm thinking tan because ivory.
Okay, all right, tan.
No, the one right below the gold. What's the color right below gold? It will.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about the southern part of Africa is green, but the northwestern part is let's
Rome.
make that. Yeah, let's make that Rome.
Wait, which place?
Yeah, Morocco is Rome.
Shitas?
Yeah.
The one below that, right there's Rome.
Yeah.
Then,
I would say, and then like maybe 2 spaces for another kingdom.
Maybe along the coast.
Maybe the 2 spaces here is the green, and then the rest we put a couple of blank spaces in the middle, and then brown for Zulu at the very tip. Because I do want to have because realistically, right, in world history, it's not divided up into clean empires.
Okay, now make that you said
Brown.
Which place?
The very bottom.
The bottoms.
Basically that you developed. Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, actually,
and then just add a blank right there.
Wait.
A blank. That's color 2. It's the left. It's the right click. So the way it's 2 clicks.
There you go.
The left click is the primary is color 1. Left click is color 2.
Okay.
Okay, and now on to Australia then, because we like to get this out of the way.
Yeah, Australia, you could put like any color.
What's the
deep
best
blue? Maybe a deep blue because Australia's flag is mostly a deep blue.
Also,
and they leave the islands alone for now.
Yeah, we'll get to the islands. If we're gonna put an anywhere, we'll just
because
call it
again, they're also exploring. So I'm assuming like at this point, there's going to be a lot of nations trying to grab these islands.
Yeah, so
because this is where the elemental nations countries live.
Yeah,
right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So this could be like the hotbed of everything.
Now that time to actually. Now, of course, if you go over to the North America.
Yeah, that is like so. There's Mexico, right? So you see, America got split into 2.
Yeah.
So, all right. So So I would say for South, yeah, let's just go for Finland. Give them Canada.
What country? What color fits America the most?
It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Try light blue.
No, green. Olive green.
Yeah, green.
This one?
Yeah, and also is more like a Viking color too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think you can click that. I don't think you can. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
yeah, it's weird. Okay, now click that.
I wish the United States is divided up further, but it's based on Axis and Allies.
So which owns the England?
There's Iceland.
What?
Iceland. It's right next to Greenland.
The one you just made green. It's the little one.
Iceland. Yeah, it's the little one right next to. That's.
There you
Yeah.
go.
There, much better.
Yeah. I would have. Okay. So here's one idea for England, right? Since there was a fall of the Roman Empire, the Anglo-Saxons had a hold of England, right?
Yep.
And then the Vikings started colonizing it, especially after the Romans are taking over their places. And so I think the Danelaw is still effect, and that's how we got they're actually colonizing America earlier.
Yeah. The last few remnants of Viking civilization made it to America.
Yeah, apparently there's actually some archaeological evidence as far as Minnesota.
Ow.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
How far is it?
Right in the middle of
the foreign land.
So you see that out Lake Erie?
Yeah.
It's around that area.
Yeah, they made it that far inland.
Or at least like a couple families.
Anyway, since they have the entire United States under control now, make that also lime green.
I would say like the United States is still like a border, but in terms of control, yeah. Before, I would say they have the United States of Finland is more like a confederation. I would not give them Central America at all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe give them England and Ireland, or like parts of Ireland.
Just Ireland, then.
Yeah, and then have a different color for England.
That's Northern Ireland. That's technically belonging to the British. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wait.
Yeah. So, like in general, that's like another nation, right there.
Yeah. All right. Now onto the Arabian Peninsula.
No,
Arabian Middle East.
Where Saudi Arabia is. That's the Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah.
How about black for black gold?
Okay. So here's my idea. The central Middle East, so right between the Roman Empire and Egypt, we have the Crusader States. So my ideas here is that it's one of the few. It's like the reason why it's still around and not like taken over by the Arab empires as much is that things went is that the faction of the Muslims that existed a more peaceful faction took over. More peaceful caliphate, like that's what I'm thinking. It's like they're a lot more peaceful, especially compared to the Egyptians and the Romans. Because Romans are just plain jerks in this universe.
Yeah. Okay. Should we also get like Mesopotamia and Canaan?
No. I want to just get that and have a Muslim empire to be taken over. At least the 3 states, the states that borders on Turkey, India, like around that lake area.
Persia.
Yeah. Oh man, Ireland is still divided. Yes, unfortunately.
Wait.
Yep. Ireland's still divided in this timeline.
This time it's because of Vikings and Anglo-Saxons as opposed to religious stuff.
Yeah, Persia, right there, Persia.
There?
No, that's
that's Persia.
Yeah.
What about this one?
That's a different state. And put the one between Persia and India. That
that would be closer to That would be close to either Pakistan, I think.
Yeah, and that's how big the Persian Empire, or like Alexander's empire, expanded.
Yeah, although it was that far.
Yeah, like I'm imagining the Crusader States being a smaller sphere of influence, right? It's more like a sub-state in the larger region.
Yeah. I'll reach of it. Actually, I'm Latvian. Can you click color 2 right quick?
Yeah.
And then select red as the secondary color. Okay, now click that on the black states right quick.
Here?
Just click it right quick. I want to see what happens. Okay, no, it just diverts their color. Okay, that's stupid.
Yeah, you have to do the actual edit colors to
create a unique color. Okay. Then we'd be here forever.
Oh boy, I thought we were just gonna talk about the weird world.
Oh yeah, right now we're just like figuring out the map, and like it kind of helps us with the standard political, because I think we got a lot of stuff even in Europe right now.
Okay.
So we could take a break for now. We kind of just did some basic stuff.
Yeah,
that was like the backstory for all the nations we just created right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Rome.
Okay,
first.
So the backstory still does. I would say we don't need to go much into backstories because the fanfic kind of keeps exploring it. But I do want to highlight. How about we talk about what's the political situation of Rome at the time? Like, what are their strengths and what are their big weaknesses?
And so far, their only true weakness is like a mess.
Like, I would say this. Nobody really likes them. They have like
they have a god complex.
Yeah, they have a god like as basically they're a bunch of Eldar.
Yeah, they're Eldar.
Rome is run by a bunch of Eldar who are complete hypocrites. I would also say they have internal problems.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of medicine, but like essentially they have to constantly expand. Otherwise, their empire is going to fall apart.
Actually, that's a bit of a contradiction according to Madhat. They're self-sufficient as is. They don't need to expand any further, apparently. But they need to expand into the elemental nations.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Okay, maybe that will work. How about they are basically Assyrians? They need to fight. Basically, they need to constantly fight.
Okay. Are we still putting Naruto's world into this?
They said it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
That's as far as we can. That's as far as we need to know.
I thought you will guys just remove it entirely and just focus on the Rome.
Of course. If we ever want to write stories, we'll just remove it. But
anyways, but we can at least say one thing: Brent Halligan originated from that place.
Yes. Oh, and I did buy Mystery of the Druids.
Yeah, I know.
On GOG?
Yes, yeah. It's it's like $1.15.
Is that expensive?
Well, it's on sale.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, looking at this, we could say that they tried to conquer Switzerland, but they were so utterly neutral and diplomatic, they managed to convince them that they just aren't worth their time.
Yeah.
Or there's nothing there and Rome just ignores it because it's basically useless land, so that we don't even count it.
No, they convinced them that there was nothing of value there.
Yeah, basic. Little did they know that Switzerland actually had been raiding the Roman complexes. Like they have like they're like dwarves, right? They have underground complexes making terrifying machinery that each
Oh,
of those independent cities, like the only reason why they haven't made an empire is that it's still Switzerland, and around the 1500s there were basically city-states and they constantly fight each other.
Yeah.
oh,
But yeah, partially, I would say that you could also kind of get like Jedi-like powers.
Jedi powers, like
Yeah. It's like
no,
something
that's where all the druids live.
uh,
Yeah, but these druids are better than those pesky Roman druids.
Yes, the Roman druids are like emperor-approved psychers.
yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland's. Yeah, essentially they are the Romans for druids are virgins, and the Swiss druids are chads.
Yes.
Even though Jews never got any farther than just England.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the druids was part of Celtic society, so like in history, they basically had England, like almost every nation surrounding Italy and Greece.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was their culture. It was the
Alright.
Celts.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, Swiss is still forever neutral, but they managed to convince everyone to leave them alone.
And plus, if they ever try to, it's going to be...
They're going to reveal that they've been keeping a nuke in store for the past 200 years.
a magical nuke.
Yes.
It's a special magical nuke.
Or just a spell that could be as powerful as a nuke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called the Engine of Woes.
Yeah.
Is Corvus Corax in there?
Yes, exactly. They stuffed a god named Corvus.
Sorry, guys. Every time I hear Corvus Corvax, it just reminds of that Eastern European band instead of the character from Warhammer.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking from TTS. Like,
Yeah. What?
oh, my friends, we will save the Imperium. I want to give Magnus another big hug.
Oh my.
Okay. What about for Taiwan?
What?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Ah.
We'll give it part of like in this continuity, like the whole communist thing hasn't started, so Taiwan is just like part of.
Wait, which is Taiwan?
Taiwan is the island right off, the one that you painted yellow.
Fuck. This was Hong Kong. Wait.
No, that's not Hong Kong.
Yeah, wait.
No, Hong Kong is still in that territory. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check my map. Yep, it is there. Taiwan. Where on earth is?
I don't know.
I think it's foremost in the
I'm looking
game.
at it right now. Taiwan is. It's just showing me the map. Okay. Oh, here it is. Taiwan is actually pretty close to Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Where Hong Kong is? Actually, that's Taiwan right there. The one you painted yellow.
That's
Taiwan.
what I mean. Yeah, thank you for my access analysis. I know my geography in terms of countries.
Okay. Switch. Actually, gonna want to switch it back to color 1, and then make color 1 beige.
Beige. What's that?
The color between steel and red.
Steel and...
I don't want to. I want Taiwan to actually be part of Hong Kong.
So yellow then.
Yeah, just remain it the same.
It just remains as yellow. Okay.
Yeah, and then for China, we could just paint all of China, which is
literally everything we haven't painted.
So the nation. So essentially, you see that the country right next to Manchuria / Korea. That's Mongolia.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick question to ask you guys. What do you call a Chinese peasant?
Expendable warriors.
No, that's a hand. A Mongolian.
Mong-
Damn those
Mongolian.
Mongolians!
Yes.
mongrel.
Yeah, I was actually, the joke's actually what you call a Mongol peasant, and it still applies the same.
So, just a heads up, so Vietnam and Burma are at the very bottom. You can color everything from those two. We can keep separate for now. But for China, go everything below Mongolia. Mongolia is the thin strip territory right next to Korea. So just pick a random color.
So which color didn't you? I'll pick this one.
No, it's down one. Yep, that's Mongolia. All right. So now all the other territories you can color in between Mongolia, Hong Kong, and India. So every territory that's China.
Yeah, but which color could be you? I think I would use that one.
Just pick a edit color.
Yeah.
That's all.
If you haven't used
that's it. No, so the ones that you just clicked, that's Burma. That could be technically part of India or its own independent thing. So. All right. So anyway, so for China, it's just simple. It's all divided.
Yeah. We got the old ancient Chinese warlords running around there. And
it has an emperor, but the empire is kind of a pushover.
They still have Lu Bu running around.
They also have Mad Dog. Wait, what?
But they're still censorious jerks.
Yeah.
They're still a-holes to their population.
Just beware of Lu Bu. Do not pursue him.
I don't know who that is.
The most famous Chinese warrior.
Yeah.
There is a meme from Dynasty Warriors saying, "Do not pursue Lu Bu," and it's for good reason. He will one-shot you because you are not ready for him.
Yeah, okay. So let's just I think we're gonna be taking a break for now from more map. So which nation should we develop first?
I don't know. I kind of want to talk a little about the Baltic Empire, but I don't know.
What's gonna okay, so how did the Baltic Empire came to be? Let's figure that out.
I don't know. I think
let me just see famous Baltic empires.
I don't know that the closest one was Lithuania, Poland,
Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth.
Yeah, that one. I know that.
Yeah. Maybe it could be like a mixture. Because it does have Poland, right? It could be technically part of a Poland Empire, Poland Kingdom.
Yeah.
So in this continuity, Poland is not getting effed over.
Poland actually is trying to go to space.
No, I wouldn't say that. Like,
no, they're actually going to space in this continuity. They're trying hard.
Okay. I think there's something weird. I can't find this thing. How did Japan liberated Poland? Like, how the hell they got there?
No, they're not. What? How? We didn't mention about.
I don't know. It's just some weird.
Any of that up.
I'm just hearing about these. I'm just watching some history memes, and it's always mentioned something similar to it. But anyway,
I don't know. So I'm thinking. Okay, so
Did the Northern Crusades happen?
Okay, so essentially in this continuity, like the church, I would say here's my idea because I am since I'm kind of a theological student, I am a person who knows a lot about church history. So I would say I'm gonna say that because Constantine still happened, I would say the church is still around and it's now like persecuted, but it is split in two early on because one is completely controlled by Rome, like a Roman state. Like the church that everyone sees in the streets, like with the big beautiful buildings, is the state church. And then you have other churches, and they're tolerated, but they're it's not socially acceptable to be part of those types of churches because they're not sponsored by the state.
yeah, okay, all right. About this,
So I would say they kind of did happen, but it wouldn't be under Rome. It wouldn't be from Europe. I would say it would probably be from Poland.
all right. It's okay. About this, I don't know if I should color red this part. Wait, coloring this part because it's not really like surrounded by.
Well, it is Poland though.
Okay, it's not a Poland. Like, who cares? It's
Well, actually, based on this map, East Poland, Rome owns East Poland and the West Poland.
yeah. I kind of made it. Should I color it blue?
The one below Poland, the bottom blue one, that should be Rome, because that's Hungary.
Yeah, I was talking about that.
Okay, now let's make that right blue, right red, blue.
This one should be blue.
Yeah, that one should be blue.
Yeah, unless we want to say like Rome took half of Poland.
It's like every time Poland gets taken from half and it's split in two again.
And that's why they're kind of pissed off at Rome. Like they're not fond of Rome.
Yeah. Good day. How are we holding up? We're holding up good. We're coming up with some more. So yeah.
Yeah, and not only the Baltic Empire.
Let's see here, Bolvi.
Who's that?
Basically, everyone's pissed off at Rome for some reason.
Japan's pissed off at Rome because they tried to ban anime.
Yeah, which still around, and since and they use magic to make their animation, like it's special paper that has, or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Go back to the red color, please.
All right. What?
Red. The red used for the Romans.
Okay.
Now make that other half of Poland back to red.
Yeah. Let's do the left side.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Make the left side red and the right side blue.
Yeah. So Warsaw is under Rome.
God dang it!
Yeah. Yeah.
What's more back? It's like what's more back under an empire?
Like, so I would say by the time of them colonizing, the islands in the Pacific, Rome is under a tension point, right? Like they've been at peace with other nations for a while. Like it's not very long, but it's for a while. But they're kind of feeling the effects of their wartime economy not being put to use.
Okay.
So, which is one of the reasons why they're going colonizing.
Yeah. I think China's too busy fighting to care about Rome.
China has its own issues. Like they have to deal with the Mongols, they have to deal with Japan.
Actually, I'd say it's like inside China. It's kind of a dynasty warrior situation, so it's all crazy there. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like they just like those states just broke away from the Mongol Empire. Like the Mongolian Empire kind of just collapsed, or so I would say.
Yeah.
Next up, Russia.
I would say I want to actually just work on the nations that we have so far, and then.
All right. How about Australia?
Yeah.
How did that get called?
Okay, let's just consider Russia to be some kind of massive white place.
Right, there's multiple nations if we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on Australia then.
Most of them trying to emigrate to the Baltic Empire. So they build a wall.
Yeah. Yes, there's a Great Wall of Poland.
There's actually a key there. It's plunger shaped.
Yeah, I would say I said we go to Egypt. What's the situation in Africa?
Okay. What I came up with was for Egypt is that essentially a recreation of Cleopatra, and she's aided by like mechanical constructs of famous creatures from Egyptian myth
And mummies.
and mummies. But mummies are special.
And they do. And how about they do raids on other nations, so that they, more dead people. They need dead.
Yeah. For their, it's like they still have like people that are living. It's like they got a population to maintain everything.
Yeah, but what if they have a slave population of only undead?
Yeah, it's like essentially the fall of their enemies.
Yeah. Essentially, like they're trying to rebuild, make Egypt great again, and so. But, but they have to go to war mainly with the Romans in Africa, and so I would say their two main enemies they go to fight is the Romans in Africa and the Crusader States, and occasionally the Saudis, the Saudis part of the Persian part.
Yeah.
And the main reasons they go to war with the Crusader States is because they own the area right where it interacts with everyone.
You're right. For me, okay. My idea for Australia is it's basically place where there's pirates.
I think we actually already came up with a lot of stuff for Australia. It's essentially hell there, but everyone lives there anyways. But my question is,
I would say how it came to be. It's actually from. It's either Rome. It is a prison colony, but from Rome.
Like they tried to keep order, but it quickly collapsed, and then it became its own state.
Not really a state. I wouldn't say a state. That's just it's anarchy. It's complete anarchy there. And now it's like a place where people, even from all around the world, just goes there.
Yeah, mainly bandits and whatnot.
Well, even like people from like England, the Finland, and Japan, like everywhere around the world, like they want to be away from, they don't like their society, their original countries for X, Y, or Z, and they go to Australia because it's complete freedom.
Unfortunately, complete freedom because of the fact that everything there wants you dead, even literally everything, and we've established that there's still dinosaurs there.
Yeah. Yes, there's dinosaurs.
Yes. All kinds of creatures on Australia.
Wolfie Pup. No, we are adding. So we're just making a crazy world that the world of Rowan Fox takes place.
Yeah, we're making our own Rowan Fox world.
Yeah, we're just like because if you watch the last stream, we were joking about
stuff. Well, yeah. Like, for example, Japan is ruled by essentially Hirohiko Araki.
Yeah, the writer of JoJo.
Yes, and he's also immortal. He's also immortal, so he can't be killed, and he doesn't die from old age.
Well, he also has to say D4C where you kill him, and he gets replaced from an alternate universe.
He has a main is Heaven's Store, and he can write any stand into himself.
Yeah, and but essentially in Japan, it's like full of giant robots, and
Piloted by high
it's the
schoolers.
total Japan thing. Okay,
Yeah, it's like giant robots piloted by high schoolers.
Samurai as part of their foot soldiers. And of course their blades are so strong that they cut through even Roman armor with one strike.
It's like it's the most weedest habit. It's the most weedest, essentially full
More
on
weeb than
weeb.
the elemental nations.
It's just full on weeb there.
Yes, it's weeb heaven.
And of course, for the case of Hong Kong and Taiwan, it's just it's Avatar there. It's the elemental nations.
Like Avatar from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So lots of kung fu with magic bullcrap.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's actually one of the most stable. It's the least insane there, actually.
Yeah, and it's like ruled by like their main exports is pirates, because that's actually what Hong Kong was historically, was just a pirates bay.
Pirates Bay.
So yes, just imagine pirates who know how to use kung fu and have cheap pirates of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah, except
They have
for
little
Earthbending.
fire ships.
So basically,
Yeah,
Aang. Just imagine Aang as a pirate.
Then we also, it's like, yeah. So essentially, Australia is hell, but it's also freedom for pirates. It's essentially
Well, for
Nassau.
everyone else, everybody,
Yeah.
anybody can go there.
It's essentially it's a hell paradise.
Yeah, and you can live comfortably in Australia.
Provided you live
there
long
are
enough.
There are a few places where it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's if you survive that long.
Well, yeah, but most of it is actually in the coast. I would say like coastal cities. Like there's sounds like One Piece.
Yeah, they have episodes. Currently, they're in their 200th millionth episode right now. So
Yeah. So Japan is Wano. But anyway, I would say Australia is like there's areas where you can, mainly in the coast, that are completely safe to live in, but not as freedom as like Australia is known for.
Okay. Jesus Christ. What else we could talk about? Let's talk a little about Finland.
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah. So basically, I would say, so because of the Romans invading their home places, a lot more people went into Iceland, and then likewise, like they were just heading west. So as opposed to Finland just being like a one-time thing and quickly ending, no, they dedicated to it.
Mhm.
And then they were also joined by some Anglo-Saxons later, and that's how you got the United States of Finland, because England is a very intellectual place. It's pretty much like English history is still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Finland is just United States with some England, with like what made the United States, but Vikings.
Yes. And their entire culture and even their religion is based upon what day the band, what band is playing.
I would actually say that it's like a blend. I would say they were Christianized, but it's like through the Viking lens.
Yeah.
Is
Okay, so Well,
I would
what's
say
gonna
that,
go?
but yeah, the whole what day is the band playing? Yeah, that's a big celebration.
Yeah, especially Japan. Everyone goes to see them.
Yeah, that's
Oh
like their
yeah,
nightly entertainment. And of course, since there's magic in this world, are we just going to assume the gods are still around?
Yes.
Of course, like there's magic in this world. Like the world of Roman Fox has magic everywhere. So yeah, so they made magic so that their mandolines sound like electric guitars and stuff.
Yeah. It's what gets them immense power.
okay.
Their skulls are some of the most powerful in all the world.
And also they have like a wog ability.
Yeah. Essentially, if enough of them believe something to be true, then it is true.
Just imagine. I'm thinking now with like United States of villain, like the armies is like you got the metal band Viking aesthetics with like the orcs' power of belief, but there's like a Christian element too. So like Space Marines.
They believe their axis can cut through anything, and it does.
Yeah, like. Yeah, it's like for freedom.
If they believe they're tough, then they are tough.
Like if a guy believes that he is a berserker, he is a berserker.
Yeah.
Like they're the most metal.
It's amazing. It's very fun over there.
Yeah, it's like fun, and the only thing the problem with that one is that they're not as good in terms of military technology. Like Rome is like peak is the top of the food chain when it comes to military technology. They're more
that made everybody angry.
Yeah, but it's only as like a when you play a civilization game, they're like the guy who pays everything in military. Like nothing matters, just military.
Just fireball. Just fireball. Just
fireball. Yeah. It's fireball solves everything to them. That's their solution to everything.
Okay, we got that reference. Nice.
Yeah. I did watch a crap guide to D&D. Like as opposed to India, where the Indian Empire there, because India and history was very much divided. But in this one, they're all connected together. They're more into economics. They're all about using their advantage of having so much people for economic power.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got where like the Persian Empire, right? Which expands a bit more into like the territory that would be designated as the Crusader States. Like the Crusader States are still small, but they are still there. But they are more into the administration. Like they would focus a lot more on making sure they run the nation well.
Yeah, it's like their followers are more diplomatic in contrast to the just fireball nations, and we own your. It's like you owe us $6,000.
Opium, yeah. Meanwhile, the United States of Finland is normal. What the problem is, they had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So, like, they still have, like they're just recently getting into stone with building their cities out of stone and stuff.
Well, be low before they catch up.
But they're catching up, and they're all rounder. It's just that they had to start very early on, as opposed to Rome, because Rome took all their things.
We can still say they're doing their writing stuff, so
yeah.
Yeah. And I would say they're great friends with England.
That's very weird thing over there. It's like, oh, hi.
Yeah, like England is like their biggest trading partner on that, and like the United States and Finland trades with everyone because they want to catch up.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like they're gonna trade to India. That is, you have to go through Rome.
Oh no, for Rome, they trade with them, much like in Vikings in real history, right? Because Vikings is just a term for they go on a Viking, like go on a raiding expedition. They trade with Rome, but they also love raiding Rome.
What thing I get was that they trade them wheat, but then they take the wheat, so they get to trade them corn, but then they take it.
Yeah, they give them corn for really cheap, because part of their payment is them raiding all the wheat.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We definitely did not raid you for those wheat.
Oh no, that wasn't us. That was those other guys.
And then they see those exact same guys pull it apart. Talk about how they just only took all that wheat.
All they did was just change the outfits.
Yes. They just paid their they just tie their hair differently.
Oh yeah, like they would do like different things, and Rome is not in like position because for some reason all their wheat is on their edges, where right near Finland, and
It's like
they were horrible at managing their resources. Like. So, like, basically, all their resources are conveniently right next to areas where they're constantly getting raided.
It's like, geez, I just don't know who could be doing this sort of thing.
Because all the profitable land in like the center of the empire are owned by very rich people, and they don't like giving their stuff.
Oh my god! That's even better.
They almost.
They just pull up. Okay, but this guy saw it. They just all pull out mustaches. There's no way they'll ever know it was us.
Quick, we need to change our beards. Like the merchants are shaven, clean shaven. like you can tell which one's a merchant and which one's a raider. How? Facial hair.
The more raids you go on, the bigger your facial hair is.
Yeah. Like that's part of their class system. Like the society, like they kind of make is that you put on beards if you're a part of the raiding party. Like it's part of an oath. You take an oath of, I'm a raider during this Viking exposition. I can't trim my beard. No trimming of the beard. So you see people with trimmer. You can tell how many people actually went on Viking raids if they have like a cleave-in shaven, like how full of their beards are.
No, for each of this, as I was trying to say, they have pyramids that allows them to connect with aliens.
Oh, Egypt, of course.
Oh
But
yeah.
the aliens are contacting. It just starts to be Greeks.
Yeah, that just got magically teleported there. They wanted to go back home.
Yeah, it's like it's the Martian Greeks.
Martian Greeks.
Like Mars in this continuity is like completely livable.
No, there's some sheer coincidence. It's because here's how I'll explain why they're on Mars. And then along came Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus, like apparently. Wait, that's where all the Greek gods live. All the gods are up there in Mars.
Yeah, Mount Olympus.
Is actually in Mars.
And then Kratos killed them all.
No.
No, there's no Kratos.
But Kratos was in Roman.
Yeah, but different version.
They kicked Kratos off of Mars a long time ago.
Yeah, he tried to do that. But then along came Zeus.
Yeah. He's like, for your punishment for trying to kill us, we banish you to Earth.
Go and annoy those Canaanite gods.
speaking of the Canaanites, what are we gonna do about Canaan?
Wait, who are they?
The Canaanites are actually part of the Crusader would be part of the Crusader States. The Canaanites were a people right before the Hebrews took over.
Ah, okay.
One of the various people groups there. So,
let's try developing one of the African nations, shall we?
Yeah, I would say Ethiopia.
You right? So what's our lore for Ethiopia?
All right. So in history, Ethiopia was like a Christian. It was Christianity. It was very important in Ethiopia at the time, but they were also very rich, and they were actually a pretty long-lasting empire, too. I would say like nothing really changed much in Ethiopia. Just like a bigger territory.
They just were invaded by the Italians.
Or the Muslims.
Yeah.
Like they're more like they have to deal with raids against Egypt. Like I was saying in this country, Africa doesn't change much other than like big slums, bigger empires. I guess like occupation army, Eastern Orthodox, but it's more Coptic. They're called like Coptic. A Coptic version. They have like more books of the Bible in their canon.
All right, next steps.
That's like my general thing for Africa. Africa usually is mostly the same.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Because it's not really touched much by civilization by 1500 as much, other than like Western Africa, the set of posts.
I came up with a very convoluted plot right now. The Egyptians keep raiding the Romans and keep saying it was the Finland invaders that did it, but the Finlanders keep raiding and saying it was the Egyptians that did it.
How would the Finland attack African?
You may never know.
Unless I would say that they have like their ships are ridiculous, are even better than the steamboats. Well, actually, you know what? How about their ships are they actually steal boats from Rome, saying they bought them, right? Right? If they ever get confronted, it's like, no, I bought the ship,
and
even though it was stolen decades ago.
They hold like a fake document that just says, "Is a hero there? This approves this acquirement of ship." It's very obviously fake because it's like it's very obviously.
I don't
fake.
want the Finlands to be more like orcs, like how dumb they are, like because in history, like the people who would be the Vikings were pretty deep, were great people, like good. They know how to like do trading and stuff. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, they actually got a document also.
Are the islands in the Mediterranean independent? No, I wouldn't not say that. It's just that it would take time just to fill them all out.
Yeah, no, they're all Rome.
They're all like either Rome or Egypt, except for Cyprus. Cyprus is part of the Crusader States.
Yeah.
Like if we had like a map as just the Mediterranean, it would be that half of the Mediterranean would be Rome, and then one island would be owned by the Egyptians, and then Cyprus would be owned by would be a Crusader state. I can't say owned by the Crusader states because the Crusader states are more independent kingdoms. But okay, I would say let's just go for South America.
All right. Well, we already established something.
Yeah, I would say. Are we gonna go with Incas or Aztecs?
I say Aztecs.
Okay, so I would say or we can have both and have the Incas to have the southern part of the back of
South America.
Of South America, and then Aztecs is Central America with some of the top of of that, and then Brazil, it's its own thing.
It's like they don't talk about this land.
Like,
like
not really much.
Their national figure is Ricardo Miles, of course.
Ricardo Milos?
Yes, Ricardo Milos, sorry.
What? How old is he? Isn't he like later?
He is very later in life, but hey, we have Spaniards.
Well, there's no Spaniards. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting. There's like Spain is part of Rome.
Well, you could say he's a weird one. Like he transcended reality at one point and ended up here.
Yeah,
he transcends reality.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to have like some grounding in this.
Oh, you're no fun.
Oh, no fun. So I would say we could do pure gold for Inca, and Aztec it's silver.
Okay, but I only can use.
So Inca would be where no, that's Aztec. So go down one space. Yeah. And then so the top two is just do silver. I don't think you've done silver.
I think I did. What?
I don't know. I would say leave Porto those islands, the Caribbean islands, alone. That could be put another silver on top of Africa. I mean, of South America. That's
Argentina.
Yeah. Right there. No, that's Brazil. Yes, that one. Yep. And then gold on Argentina. At the bottom. Yep, so the bottom half is Inca and the top half is Aztec. And can we have interdimensional aliens as a reference to Indiana Jones?
Yeah, they're in Brazil. It's their problem now.
But isn't like the nation? Was it Maya?
I think so.
If it was Maya, then it would be Aztecs.
Hang on. Aliens. Indiana Jones.
I know Aztec is full of blood sacrifice, so they're basically Dark Eldar.
Akators, where they're according to this, they're.
Let me just check.
They taught the.
Yep.
They were,
the Incas did do human sacrifices. Okay.
It's in Brazil. They're the Akators, where the archaeological site is, and it's in Brazil.
So yeah.
Like I said, it's their problem. It's according to this, yeah, in modern day Brazil, the Peruvian border. So yeah, Brazil.
So it should be golden or silver?
No, I would say Brazil would be a bit more divided until it's not part of one of the empires.
So I'll go leave it as blank.
Yeah.
What about Madagascar now?
Madagascar, it's its own thing. I don't think nobody owns that.
Or you can pull a something like Attack on Titan, where there's like. I'm probably not going to spoil that. It's probably
you just put it in, like, if anything from like a post-apocalypse, it's in Australia.
Like literally everything that is, it's essentially name a horrible scenario. It's Australia.
It's some part of Australia.
Nuclear fallout. That's Tasmania, my friend. And it's zombies. That's New Zealand.
No, in Egypt. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. In Egypt.
Well, Egypt controls the zombies.
Yeah.
It's New Zealand is weird.
New Zealand has the Maori, so it's like
Yeah, it's like when it comes down to it, you don't want to. It's like, well, depends how much you want to die. You want to change welcome to Australia then.
yeah.
They give you like 20 shots because you're gonna need it for everything. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, I just like this whole chill thing with what would be the general idea? By the way, are you writing all this down, Wolf?
No.
Nice.
Wolf! I thought you were a record keeper.
I keep it in my head.
Yes. Hey, you know if there's something.
I'm pulling the Google Docs right now because we're gonna have to run through everything. I think I remember most of it. The Baltic Empire, they're still salty because half of Poland's under Roman control.
Yeah, and it's a recent acquisition too.
Yeah.
And they're afraid of Russians invading them.
Yeah, Roman, Fox, what? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think I remember mostly everything that we wrote up so far. Because what am I gonna forget really? Fox.
Being a scribe is lame. All right.
Yeah, being a scribe is kind of lame, you know. I had to like.
All right, I have some food that was cooking, so I'm gonna check it, and I'll be right back. I should write down everything.
All right. Okay.
I'm writing it down now. World building.
Oh, I realized there's a trailer for a movie about the Konisnikov. Or, as we all know, AK-47. They're making a movie based on a weapon. When they gonna... Okay, now I'm waiting when they make a movie about the MP5 or M16. Or Spaz 12. And I realized that the creator of the AK-47 hated the weapon.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. The guy. Kanishnikov was, according to himself, self-taught tinkerer. Is that even a word? Who combined innate mechanical skills with the study of weaponry to design arms and to achieve battlefield ubiquity. Even though Kanishnikov felt sorrow at the weapon's uncontrolled distribution, he took pride in its invention and his reputation for reliability, emphasizing that his rifle is a weapon of defense, not a weapon for... Okay, is AK-47 more meant for defense or offense?
It's weird. The AK-47 was made like as a...
It's made to be a AK-47 is primary attribute it was made is so that it can survive, that it can last a lot longer and operate at any terrain.
I don't know. I thought something like M16 is more meant for defense than AK-47.
Here's what I got so far. United States of Finland. Vikings colonized this place. They raided the Vikings, raided the Romans for wheat so they could sell the Romans corn. And despite them obviously raiding them, they never get caught. They blame the Egyptians for the raid despite them being responsible. Their society is based upon beards. If you aren't a raider, you have no beard. If you're a raider, the fuller your beard, the more raids you've been on.
I would say you can still trade, but you have to keep the beard that you grew.
Yes.
So like the Romans like yep, he'd been on a raid.
This raid would happen to be at our colonies, right? No, those were the Egyptians. Metal bands are a big part of their culture. Gods rule, and gods run the state, run the country, run the nation. They had to start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch. Now building their houses. Houses out of stones. Have an orc-like wah effect. It worked, they believe. If it hard enough, it becomes true. Okay, next up is Rome.
I thought of something for England. I forgot about this, but
Okay.
it's Anglo-Saxon aesthetics, but it's with the attitude of King Arthur. Classic.
Hey, here's what I got for Rome. Everybody hates them. They are just fireball spammers.
Yeah, they solve everything by through military. Their diplomacy is submit or be attacked by military. They're like the most callous Total War player who doesn't even negotiate with the diplomacy system.
They just take your get me stuff or die.
Except or we'll attack.
Yeah, I got nothing for them. They're just fireball spammers, so I'll just put in diplomacy. He applied via force.
They believe that diplomacy is a sign of weakness.
Yeah. Well, as we all know, as in Robert Heinlein's Star Wars Troopers, it's just another method of applying force. The Romans just tend to be more direct with how they apply their force.
Mm-hmm. No negotiating. We suffer not to let the Polish to live.
But it's salty that West Poland is under Roman control.
And the old capital. Like, I think it's a... What was the old capitals of Poland then?
Yeah, old capital of Poland. Krakow.
Where is it? It's on the...
Krakow. I forgot how to pronounce this. Krakow is... it's actually in...
Yep, it's on the same area as Warsaw.
Yep. Krakow, if I'm going to correctly use how it's pronounced.
Or Krakow.
No, it's Krakow. If I'm correctly. Alright, this is recent. What else do we know about the Baltic Alliance?
I would say it was more like them expanding northwards.
Oh, sorry, empires.
Yeah. Well, okay, more like a Baltic Alliance works
they're
better.
like an alliance and they are an empire, so expanded.
Oh, an alliance? Okay, that would be actually interesting.
Yeah, alliance, and it's a very loose termination of alliance. It's more like we are all...
Basically, Rome screwed us over.
Yeah, it's like we all hate Rome. Like, who doesn't hate Rome?
Yeah, and like Poland is the most powerful of them, and maybe it's this alliance that started the Romans to started the war.
They all hate Rome. Poland hates them the most.
So that means Finland would still be its culture is still very Viking-esque. So they are also raiding.
Finland is still very Viking.
Which is still part of this alliance / empire. It's
next up. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot to add on something for the villain. Biggest trading.
I'm talking about Finland, not Vinland.
No. I said I forgot to add on something for Vinland.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Biggest trading party is England. Next up is.
Let's go to England then.
Hang on. Okay. I'll just Imka and Maya. Aztec. Sorry. Aztec. How do you spell Imka right quick?
What?
I'm assuming it's spelled IMCA.
IMC.
Check private chat.
Yeah, I think it's Inca.
Oh, Inca. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Inca and Aztec. But I don't think we wrote anything down for them, other than what land they had. I'll just put down Inca still does sacrifice still does Kalibas. Their Inca still does Kalimas. That's all you need to know right now. Kalima. Egypt. Led by reincarnation of Cleopatra. Has an army of constructs.
And undead.
And undead resembling creatures from Egyptian myth.
Ancient Greeks, just to highlight, it's the Ptolemaic Egyptians.
So, Greco-Egyptian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
buddy.
Greco-Egyptian myth. Raids Rome, Crusader States,
Oh, boy.
and that's one nation in Africa.
Ethiopia. And, also like the Western African Empire. We haven't even named those guys yet.
Ethiopia.
Basically, every nation, any nation that borders them, they get raided. Like, and of course, Cleopatra's plans to conquer, like, to make a great Egyptian empire.
Blames Finland for raids.
Mm-hmm. And she hates Rome because of
Hates Rome because
Caesar Augustus.
Caesar Augustus.
She's still a simp for Anthony.
Anthony. Anthony from Smosh?
No.
What? That's stupid. Sorry for referencing a.
That's not any dungeon to fight through.
Sorry.
Yeah, it does. Has pyramids that contact Martian Greeks.
Why
are they on Mars? On Mars? It's because Zeus, that's why.
Yes.
Also, I forgot to add on for the Baltic Alliance. It has wall bordering Russia.
I clearly said that as a joke, but
Oh, wait, that's the case then.
Well, maybe if they built the wall, right? They built the wall in response to the Mongols running about, mucking about.
In that case, won't they have the Uyghur Hussars?
What? Oh yeah, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like the Tsar, at this point, like the Tsars just recently got restored.
Mongols still has Hussars. Okay, now next up is the I guess I'll go for China. Still is asshole.
Yeah, of course. That's the only thing you need to know about China.
yeah,
There's no unity, and they're still assholes.
Dynasty Warrior, Star Dynasty Warriors is currently happening.
Oh boy!
For the 10th millionth time. Yeah, that's China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hong Kong and Taiwan. An Avatar land with pirates.
Yeah.
They also have gun. No, probably not.
Well, gunpowder is all around this world because Rome, like the weapon, like in terms of guns, everyone has guns now.
China. Depends.
Oh yeah, like Hong Kong is just filled with John.
No, not with China. It's India. India is the one.
Yeah, India replaces China on that aspect.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hong Kong is the master of unlimited ammo.
India, made in India. That's all I'm gonna put right here.
Yeah. And India does go to war, but it's more they prefer not to go to war.
Okay, Crusaders.
Mostly because they can easily get their butt whooped.
Okay, Australia still is hell. Still anarchy. What's surprising? But there were still dinosaurs, zombies, nuclear fallout.
Well, it's magical nuclear fallout.
Yeah, don't.
So that means you can still live through it. Basically, you can still walk through the wastelands.
Yeah, it's every post-apocalyptic scenario. Dick scenario ever. Or exists. It exists here. Pirates. The freest place you could freest is out of all the nations. It has some safe spots. So yeah, Australia, just every single post-apocalyptic scenario you could think of, that's Australia.
Yeah. It's... Whoa, black.
Well,
More like green, am I right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. One actually. Right now, I think we're just gonna do basic concepts, and then we'll probably maybe if we this could be a series where we go into each of the nations, and then we can just go into more detail.
Yeah.
I say let's go to Russia, Russia, and
magical. I'm still writing up. Let's for
magical hydrogen bombs, clean bombs.
Hey, what do we have for the Crusader States again?
What?
What do we have for the Crusader States again?
If they're a thing, they kind of originated. I would say the Crusader States originated a bit from Rome. Originally, it was an attempt by Rome to take over the Middle East by using religion, but it backfired.
Because nobody likes them.
Because the Crusader States was established, and because the way they did it is that they used religion, and the problem was there was very religious people who were in high positions in both the Roman Empire and also in England and Ireland. So a lot of the stuff that happened in the Crusades still somewhat happened the same way, except with the Roman backing behind it. And much like what happened in the Crusader States, they kind of just became autonomous.
From Rome.
And this time, and so what they did is they conquered their territories, right? And then they asked the Persians, or these could be the Parthians, or like a Muslim empire, you may say, like whatever. But this isn't like a more militant strand of Islam. Like they still believe in the tenets of Islam in terms of attitude, like what the Quran explicitly said, but they're a bit more merciful. They kind of highlight more of the more merciful part of the Quran.
Let me just say that every single Judeo-Christian religion is in the Crusader States.
Yeah, like that's kind of like the main thing over there. It's like I would say there is still religion everywhere around the world. Is just that it's a different situation than it is in our history.
Of the Judeo-Christian religions are live here.
Yeah, but there's like 3 kingdoms in the Crusader States.
Yeah, you got. Yeah,
but you got the Kingdom of Jerusalem. You got.
But Jerusalem is not highlighted as part of their territory.
It is because Jerusalem keeps on getting conquered. Like Jerusalem is one of those cities like during the time of the Crusader States. That's like everyone's arguing.
Their war cry is, "We must take Jerusalem."
Well, yeah, because in the actual Crusades, Jerusalem kept on getting captured. Like after the first Crusades, it got captured, it got taken over, retaken by the Muslims, and it remained in the Muslims through the rest of the Crusades.
Yeah. So they're still fighting with who they're fighting with over Jerusalem then.
I would say not much fighting. They're not much fighting with the Muslims as much. Like their big enemies would be the Egyptians and Romans, because the Romans wants to reinforce their control over the Crusader States. There are parts of the empire, of the Muslim empires could be like different dynasties. If we would honestly, in future streams, I'm thinking we can go into each area of the region and we could go deep dives to be further to get understanding. Right now, we're kind of doing general overviews of.
Yeah.
And also would give me excuses to read some Crusades history or history about them.
Yeah, do not pursue Lubu. I don't want to put that one in. Okay, what should I put for Mongolia?
I would say they recently collapsed, and it's still Mongolia. It's still a steppe regions,
Still goddamn, they're still.
They're right now back to a nomadic horse people.
So just put goddamn Mongolians.
Yeah, it's just as they're not as powerful as they once were. Their empire recently collapsed.
Okay, here's what I put: recently collapsed. Goddamn Mongolians. That's all I put.
Yeah, if I look at the map of the steppes, the. On a map, I want to see. Yeah, just what I thought. You could put dragon. You could put purple. Essentially, the territory surrounding the the purple that was used for Mongolia, and we could say these are just the steppes. Put it on the furthest left of bordering Mongolia.
This.
Yep. Now territory down left, and then the territory next to that territory, over the sea. That's the general steppes region. This isn't really a nation. It includes Mongolia, but there's no nation there. It's just these are areas that the Mongolians just travel along. Essentially.
Yeah.
I really don't know much about the top right of Asia, the history behind that. I think it's just mostly empty.
Yeah. So okay, time for Japan.
We can give Japan the two territories of the coastline of Asia.
I already know what to put. Stance, Araki Hirohiko.
Or just do Emperor Hirohiko.
Emperor Hirohiko, okay.
Yeah, and
mechas piloted by high schoolers.
So Dragon, how about you give the two coastal Asian countries on the top right to Japan?
Perfect.
Yeah, but that's kind of, and maybe the two island chains next to Japan.
These?
Yeah, those island chains.
These.
I know. I know that's gonna be at least just some color. Yeah, just color the whole space just to say, yeah, this island is owned by Japan.
This one?
Yeah. There. So basically, yeah, that's their influence. How about that? Would that work, Wolf?
Yeah, that'll work, essentially.
That's kind of the extent of Japan's control.
Yeah, that works. It's actually, it's very close to World War II influence.
Yeah, it's in terms of starting position.
Yeah. Now, time for Russia.
Yeah, Russia. I think we. Yeah, Russia gets the rest. Let's just do. Uh,
Hmm.
what was the colors? Black, red, gold, yellow. Hmm.
What would we make? Why don't we use light blue this time?
Yeah, very light blue. Yeah, I would say all the rest of Asia. On the top of Asia is Russia.
Then what about those? What about the? What about if I mark it? That's right here would be.
I want to have it border the. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, so I would say they just recovered from the Mongolian invasions.
Just
Right.
recovered from gosh darn Mongolians.
Yeah, like they kind of pushed them back. So they're kind of rebuilding on that. But yeah, I think like they're still Russians. But
Still-
I think they're kind of eyeing to take over some. I think their big things they want to do is take over China. That's their
China.
biggest aspirations.
Cool. Okay, I'll put in parentheses. Would still run it better. They would be able to run it better.
Yeah, but it's still. But they still have problems with like like there's not a lot of resources. They're not like a trade or anything, and
Okay.
like it's Russia throughout most of their history.
Not very resource rich.
Uh,
Not a lot of trade.
okay.
Yeah. I think we got the major nations.
Well, what do we got for England?
Anglo-Saxon aesthetics, but with King Arthur.
Anglo-Saxons.
But King Arthur.
Actually, just gonna put. Yeah, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put Britannia then. No, Albion.
Yep.
I'll put Albion.
Albion.
Yeah, it's one of the other names for Britain.
Okay.
Albion. Anglo-Saxon aesthetics.
And the Druids are the best. Their Druids are the best.
They're
Like
Druids.
Switzerland is like second best. Like
Druids
you got you got the Virgin Druid, you got the Chad Swiss Druid, then you got the Shad Albanian Druid.
Okay, then I need to put Switzerland. It's still utterly neutral.
They're like dwarves where they have like machines.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the dwarfs?
Yes, the dwarfs.
Don't you like the dwarfs? Or have lots of machinery. He has second best druids. The Albion druids are called the druids.
Yes. Yes, of course, the Druids.
Second best.
Why the like Sir Halligan? Why the magic of the Druids, of course.
Yes. Okay. Here's what he says. The Russians have Crimea, always important.
Okay, yeah. Isn't the where? Let me just check on the Access Analysis map that this map is based on.
Oh boy.
There. All right. Where's Crimea?
Sirlaki just doing its own thing.
Oh,
Sirlaki.
okay. The Caucasus. So the territory right next to the left territory of that little island strip above the Black Sea.
Yeah, this one would.
Yeah, the purple one. Put that under Russia. Yeah, that will be good. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with the occupation army is that we're not going to do every single country, territory, and saying who owns what. Because I just wanted to do like broad strokes about here are like where the empires are, and here's the general thing.
Yeah. Anyways, here's what I got so far. I think this is pretty much everything. United States and Finland. Vikings colonize this place. They raid the Romans for wheat so they could sell the Romans corn, and despite them obviously raiding it, they never get caught. They blame the Egyptians for the raids, despite them being responsible. To respite is based upon beards. If you are a raider, you have no beard. If you're a raider, the fuller your beard is, the more raids you've been on. Metal bands are a big part of the culture. Gods run the nation. They had to start from scratch. You start scratching now, but there has to have stone. Have an orc like Wog effect for if they believe it hard enough to cast true. Biggest trading partner is England. Rome, everybody hates them. They're just fireball spammers. Diplomacy applied via force.
Mm-hmm.
Baltic Alliance, salty to West Poland is under Roman control. This is recent. Expanded northwards. They all hate Rome. Poland hates them the most. It's most powerful. Finland is still very Viking. Has a wall bordering Russia to keep out by Mongols. Still has a SARS. Inca and Aztec. Inca still does Kalimas. Egypt, led by reincarnation of Cleopatra, has an army of constructs and undead resembling creatures from Greco-Egyptian myth. Raids Rome, Crusader States, Ethiopia, and insert West African Empire name here. Blames him for raids, hates Rome because Caesar Augustus. Has pyramids that contact Martian Greece, where they on Mars because Zeus, that's why. China still is asshole. Fighting each other. Dynasty Wars is currently happening for the 10th millionth time. Do not pursue Lubu.
What's the Mali Empire? Ooh, I think I was just looking at West African Empire, and then Mali Empire ran from 1235 to 1670.
Okay, then we'll just put Mali and Empire here.
I think so. That could be cool.
Okay, Mali and Empire.
Yeah, let's just do that. Do that for now, and then we can go into deep world building later.
Yeah. Australia is still as hell. Oh, sorry. Hong Kong and Taiwan. Avatar land with pirates. India, made in India. Australia, still as hell. Anarchy, dinosaurs, zombies, nuclear fallout. Every post-apocalyptic scenario ever exists here. Pirates, freest out of all the nations, has some safe spots. Crusader States originated from Rome. Roman planet backpackers, fuck Rome. The majority of the Judeo-Christian religions live here. War cry is, we must take Jerusalem. Jerusalem is being fought over against the Egyptians and Romans.
I would not say, no. Instead of we must take Jerusalem is we must defend Jerusalem.
We must defend Jerusalem. I mean, it's all in all.
Their war cry is Dias vote. So that's like their default. It's not we must take Jerusalem, it's Dias vote.
Dias votes.
Of course, it's Dias vote.
Dias vote. Dias vote.
Dias vote. And of course they have, like, because of the Romans, like the big empire and bordering so many nations, everyone has guns. So the Crusader States, of course, has the ability to do an exterminatus.
Their form of exterminatus is just it's praying really hard, and then out of nowhere, napalm burns them to death.
Boom! They have Greek fire, like Greek fire cannons. They prefer not to use it, of course, because it hurts civilians.
The form,
but once they do, bye bye Roman army.
They perform exterminatus against the enemy's armies.
Better repent. We don't want to use, and it's more like a last resort because it ruins like vital lands, fertile lands, and
it's absolutely forbidden in the Holy Land as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely forbidden on it. Like they can't do an exterminatus. That's why they have to do all the killing hand by hand.
Big Persians is last. This is a last resort. Resort and forbidden in the Holy Land.
Okay.
Yeah, just like I think I think we could go to like greater details later. And you know what?
Yeah, this is a cool world. Like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, I do want to make like a fun thing.
Since we actually had the time for it, we have the time for it actually.
Want to do at least a couple chapters?
You read my mind.
Yeah, well, might as well. Might as well.
If it took us longer to know, but it's its own. I mean, it's not gonna take us that long.
Oh, please, no.
Any further? We already did meeting with the Fire Lord, didn't we? Like, we're
Yeah,
on,
no,
like.
I was looking at the map that had it, so that would be 20 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, how many chapters do we have left?
So we got chapter 20, so chapter 20, then we got 34, so we got 14 chapters left.
Ooh, if we do like 4 chapters, like we could finish the rest in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, surprise everybody. This special episode, I lied. All along my plan was to get us to read Rowan Fox.
Oh, darn it. All right. We'll just do summarizing because we already know what his tropes that's going to pop up.
Okay, can I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But
all
save
right.
that.
But how about you save it? Save it and send it to Wolf so he can send it to me.
I can send it to wait.
All right, so
you're gonna send it to me though.
All right, so we begin this chapter with Naruto's parents. Remember, who was brought back to life in the last section, training the Romans.
No,
how to tech ninjas.
Butcher is also helping the training.
Why didn't Butcher help them out earlier?
Frank and Naruto's with Frank the cook. Seriously, why did he say Frank twice?
Why does he have 2 Franks?
Yeah, it's like fine.
So anyway, and remember, Frank the Druid here is quite crappy, especially compared to our Chad Drew.
It's like the Virgin Frank versus the Chad Halligan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Who the heck is Mocha?
A coffee flavor.
Okay. Okay. Naruto, stay away from birth parents. It's like, well, they know nothing about you, but you're not giving them the chance to know anything about you. It's like, I don't know anything about you. Yeah, because you never. You don't know anything about me because you never gave them the chance.
What is this again?
Yeah.
I love how we just devolved into, okay, we're just going to summarize stuff.
Yeah, it's like, blah, 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 blah.
All right, they gave up everything. Okay, blah, blah. Okay, talking about stupid thematic elements. Talking about emotional states.
Oh, of course, the entire.
Oh no, oh no, Kakashi's getting out of all the characters in Naruto that I heard of, Kakashi's is the person who should at least get the most shame on.
Jesus.
Let's keep going.
Oh, can I use a clip?
I forgot to send it to me. Yeah. If you you can share it as a video file, and I'll be able to put it on screen.
A video file.
So is Butcher is just like riffing on Minato for
Well, you know what? You can fuck off then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, like this is point. It's like it's
Like it's so funny that we're in the most boring part. Like there's no longer any insanity so far.
like the insanity's dead now. It's like
Yeah, we're into boring. See, like okay, I got a question. In comparison to bad drama from the Hobbit trilogy and CW, where would this be on that scale?
I would say CW.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm leaning towards CW myself.
It's already dumb enough.
Also, oh god, no. Okay, now we're getting to the part that I really. Okay, here we go. It's a deconstruct. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure it's like a deconstruction of the selfless hero archetype. The thing is, selfless heroes do exist. That's a thing. It's called altruism. That's an actual thing. It's called being altruistic, doing things for sake of good with little to no return.
And also, it's like a kind of a thing that was like in terms of story, it became a popular thing, especially since, as actually I kind of alluded to earlier when the world building, when Christianity was a big part of society. A lot because that's when the heroes was less about being stronger than the other guy, is more about a character. A lot more focus on that. And it's been around to this day.
Yeah, it's like that's all. It's like the selfless hero thing has been. It's like very common thing in both manga and comic books.
Well, I would say all stories in general.
Like, all stories, yeah. It's like a lot of stories have the selfless hero archetype. But here it's like being a selfless story hero is only for storybooks. Real life doesn't work that way. Yeah, but that's why people like the selfless hero so much, because it's something that seems straight off a fairy tale.
But in the end, who's gonna save the hero? That's the point of sacrifice.
The real hero is the one that never comes back. Like, it's the one that's it's like that's actually the real heartbreaking thing about.
Oh no! Did he wrote that Minato is like yeah. Sacrificing myself was kind of a bad idea.
So you're saying okay? Wasn't Heracles? I'm going to bring up a reference here. Wasn't Heracles essentially this? His 12 labors. There's where he had to do these 12 labors. But he received very little in return. But the thing he got in return was penitence. He felt different at the end of his 12 labors.
Yeah, it's just a constant thing. He screws up, and most of his labors is just him screwing something up, and then him doing something to make up for it.
I was just looking at that idea. What if I did a story if a clear justice villain hero was what's the villain? You have to pull some really hard. You have to really get in there and pull out some really great stuff in order for it to be a convincing turn.
Yeah, it also depends. Is this from? You can make a hero a villain in a story if your main protagonist is a villain.
Yeah. This is something I think is kind of hard to do, and really it's kind of generally impossible, is that Bell I'm gonna reference Don Machi. Bell becomes the villain kind of our thing, because Bell is the pure he is good to the very core of his being, and he's a good person. A really good person.
Bell from what?
Don Machi.
Okay. I don't know that.
I know, but there is something really special about him. I can only, you can't really break the idea of being a hero. Like, he's aware of the idea, the very concept of hero is that his idea of a hero is the time he's grown out of fairy tales, and he admits straight up that I'm still immature in that way, but hey, I like being that idea of a hero, the kind that just seems straight up impossible to exist, because the original idea of what a hero is, he's kind of dead. Yeah, cinnamon roll.
Dude, never dilute the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's already been through like a lot of mental trials. Like the recent volumes of Don Machi really put him through the ringer. You're like put him in a near death situation. Like he lost his arm, he did get it back, but man, he was pretty. It's like he essentially was put through hell and back. Yeah.
All right.
And he's 14 years old.
Of course. Well, it's manga. What do you expect?
Well, he is blessed by the goddess Hestia. Well, he is. He does have a blessing. He has a god. The goddess Hestia gave him a blessing. Like the
nice.
Yeah. The entire world. And at the same time, Hestia also wants to jump his bones.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, let's just continue with this.
Blah 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 blah. Hero this here.
Still getting used to guns.
Changes the rules. I fought against people who survived trade for belt. I killed almost everyone who tried it. Fought against people with bred to. How did you kill me with that? Went through training through hell? Because that's gonna. I'm sorry, but no. Training through hell is called that because it will break you and put you back together. That's the entire purpose of training from hell. Destroy the very nature that you are and put you back together, an entirely different person. The easy way would be to shout at Pernaga's worldview. Get into that postmodern with right and wrong stuff.
Well, yeah, but for me, that seems lazy.
Yeah, it's like, you could do a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's like the most laziest options. Like, that's frequently what they do with Superman when they turn him evil is, oh, this bad thing happens. Thus, his worldview gets shattered. Thus, villain.
I would say it has to be like a very slow but steady slope. Where it's like maybe keep the world, like maybe the worldview does get changed, but it's through a slow progression. How they're constantly forced in situations where it keeps demanding of their ideals, but they keep gripping on, but inevitably they just let go and it all goes down.
It's more like you can set it up that they constantly made compromises, and that's why they became evil. Is by they just eroded their own moral code for what they thought was for the greater good. The greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
So is this just basically saying how awesome guns are?
Yeah, we all know guns are awesome, but come on.
And how it's much better than magic ninja training?
Oh, hey, look at this. I read up on our history. One battle, the whole army is all but destroyed. The Romans just raised an army in a matter of months.
Well, okay, so based on our own world building, let's just see how that works. So like 10,000 guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there's about 10,000 on this expedition.
I don't remember counting, but it's a lot if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So imagine. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. And
but
yes, guns are pretty cool. But remember, in the early stages, they were highly.
And this is like supposed to be Civil War era tech. So,
he used it as a base, and then he doesn't really understand anything.
Yeah, his knowledge of gun or riflery, gun stuff is poor. But anyway, so
just wait till we get the Vikings guns and see what. Just wait till we get the Finland guns and see what happens.
Well, the WAG ability. They're the reason why those turning the small. They would do the small Gatling gun thing, and it just works.
They would take the small Gatling gun.
It wouldn't be actual bullets. It would be holy energy or something like magical energy.
No,
they're literally shooting a whole round of Harry Potter wands.
Yeah, it's because they believe that this is something that the gods gave them.
Like, or the saints, or like it depends of how. Like, there is a Christian, as I said, I wanted like a Christian influence because that is part of their history that they became Christianized. But you could set it. We could twist that to say what would be a Viking version of it. But anyway, we're talking. Okay, so you got 10,000 guys, right? Of these Romans.
Mm-hmm.
They lost all 10,000 guys and all their equipment. Remember, all their equipment. And as we pull out on the map, it's actually a lot smaller than you think, their empire comparisons to the world.
Yep.
And what happens if news gets that to other nations, including a nation that's they just recently pissed off?
Yeah.
And maybe, hey, those are Arthurian guys and
No, actually, I came up with something interesting for the Arthurian guys.
what?
They have a killer rabbit.
Well, of course they have to. Like, basically, it's like everything in the King Arthur legends, including every single version, almost every single version. So yes, they have killer rabbits.
Yes, because this you will never change my mind. But the Monty Python, the Holy Grail interpretation of Arthur is the best adaptation of Arthur.
I wouldn't argue with that. Like, it depends on how you define adaptation. It's a good parody. It's actually a fantastic parody of Arthur.
Yeah,
It's a good parody.
Their state religions mixture of Christianity and the Lady of the Lake. So essentially, Bretonia, but without the we oppress peasants.
Well, there's one fiefdom that's completely democratic. And Arthur just does it because he got accosted one time.
Yes.
This is all trouble. I don't want to bring an army now. They're just nice guys too. They're very chill. They're just sensitive about who's in charge here.
Yeah.
About me being their king.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't
it would be more like he goes to them. It's like, look. I'm not your king. We're allies. Yes, we're allies.
I vote for you to be my ally.
Yes, you did. The previous guy set it up. How did you do that? And then we cut to him sliding money under the table.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's like the also I'm tempted to I wonder, who should we give the Holy Grail to?
Oh, come on. There's only one real choice.
Arthur?
No, the Finlands.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yes, the Vikings. They end up having it.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
It's like, it looks shiny, so they took it.
Yes, of course. It was like during them running away.
Run away.
Well, they had to make Arthur had to do a had to do a special deal to get that goblet back.
And then they took it anyways.
No, Arthur ends up with the goblet. Yeah. But it cost him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, taxes that year were horrible.
Yeah, okay.
It was, so
I don't know.
Romans. Oh wow! So this is actually Halo Reach. Oh, this is just a scouting force. The main forces will be here soon.
Please tell me that these Romans, the main force doesn't show up so that we could say, oh yeah, they got into a battle with the Japanese.
They're always at battle. They're always at war. Japan never took it lightly when they defeated the enemy. Especially Hirohiko. He didn't take that so well.
Like Emperor Araki, I don't want it to be actual Hirohiko Araki. It's just like a fun reference, but it's a totally different guy.
He just completely looks like him.
Yeah, and he's hundreds of years old, and yet he still looks young as ever.
It's like, yeah, he didn't take that so high. It's like, no. So it's war now. he does a lot of JoJo poses, so he even does like the Dio. So he even does like Dio like holding up his hands.
Oh, within his emperor robes too. Yeah. So it looks even more ridiculous because you don't see all the posing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Yeah, look, it's like don't say no. He will be. He'll not be here. Yeah, I see.
so
Okay, I've been to the Western lands and learned warfare there, which is how the Romans were before gunpowder. And when invasions take place, the attacking army always sends scouting parties to test weaknesses and gather information.
That's both armies, you nitwit.
Yeah, every army is a scouting army. It's just slightly bigger than the other army. Like that's technically every army is a scouting army. They just do more than just scouting. They kill.
Occupation Army. I just noticed this. No, it's not just flintlocks. It's bolt action.
Yeah.
He says it's Civil War era. It's not.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. God damn, why the fuck is it working?
What isn't working?
Yeah, nothing. I'm just trying to create the. I think I want to leave right now. Kind of getting bored.
Aww.
It's just I'm feeling with. If I'm a group of in a group chat with 3 people, I'm the least one that talks.
So, I'm guessing the difference in skill will be simply become too large for the tactical advantages the ninja villages have to remain as they are.
Boy.
Why should, I help? Bleh.
Occupation Army. Yes, imagine that, and many Gatling guns.
Yes, and mortars. They get you up to 100. They get you up to 100 miles away.
And flamethrowers.
Greek fire throwers.
Yeah, just imagine Pyro from classic X-Men.
Yeah,
the TF2, not X-Men.
No,
Wait.
there's a character named Pyro in X-Men.
Yeah, and his suit is essentially it's a double. His main thing, because his power is he can only light stuff. He can light stuff as long as there's like an ignition. So he wears like a flamethrower getup, and his arms are literal flamethrower ends that shoot a gas out that he lights up.
Okay.
Also, it's like you get them all the good tools. So now we're gonna make. I like to see him fight the robots. So you were saying. So what was that about? So what were you saying about the anime band again? Actually, I was just joking. It's just a joke. Lol.
So what? So are they actually? So is Naruto parents actually just moving away to the Roman Empire?
They want to be there for their son that they were dead for the past 12 years for.
That totally makes sense. Hey, son, we just got resurrected. We really love you, but we want to retire into this awesome Roman lands, even though we never seen you. Even though we could easily just take you with us. Because, you know, your godparents suck. I always say this continuity.
Yeah, it's like they're trying, like they're hoping that they can probably really build a relationship. Meanwhile, Roman mainland. Finally, we go over to the mainland.
Finally.
Large warships are docked in the harbor, being fitted and supplied for the invasion. Unlike the first wave, the ships are steam-powered. Wait, they were steam-powered the last time, allowing them to travel faster and carrying more weight.
No, they were sail-powered. These are the steam-powered ones.
Wait, but they mentioned they were all in iron.
The initial force was using sails. This one's using steam.
Why didn't they use steam for the scouting force?
Because reasons.
You would think you want the scouting force to be faster than your main force.
The ships
are much larger than the steamships, even though the previous ships can carry 10,000 guys. Can be built larger and be able to carry more weight that would be impossible for the old wooden ships. The ships are steel-plated and built to withstand the firepower of other warships. But can they survive the power of the Druids?
No, they survive Halligan. It's like, listen, we're not going to rate everything on a Halligan survivability meter. Essentially, it's what's the possibility of this surviving an encounter with Halligan?
Yeah. Or could we just say that Australia has dragons? Is where the most dragons are?
They have everything there, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Levian, do you like that Australia has dragons?
Kinda.
Oh, could we give the Polish dragons as well?
Polish dragons.
Yeah.
That Winged of Stars meet dragons.
Yes, they ride on the dragons.
Yep, now they become even more deadly.
Yes, that's why their little kingdom can survive 2 giant empires. They have dragons. Because here's the thing. No matter how powerful your force, there's one crucial question when you try to invade Poland.
Can you survive?
What about dragons?
What about dragons? All
right.
I would rate these ships on the Halligan survivability meter of a 3.
It takes 3 encounters of Halligan to somehow screw up the entire ship because Halligan ends up realizing that he needs to take apart from the main engine core and resulting in everything exploding.
No, it requires Halligan to take 3 things away from the ship in order to be destroyed.
Okay.
First,
or put one... Basically 3 things that Halligan changes that destroys a ship.
Yes. That's the Halligan survivability meter.
All right.
The reason why we can't purchase all this because he only just needs the 1.
All right, so the Romans will have a supply train for the invasion.
You skipped the entire paragraph. They'd be carrying large numbers of soldiers, along with equipment and other weapons of war. Factories all over the Empire are pumping out weapons, tools, clothes, and other supplies. Farms are shipping many of their produce to the canning factories to feed all the soldiers. The Romans have learned from past mistakes. Having learned from past mistakes, are making sure this invasion will go as planned with little loss on the Roman side.
Past mistakes. Did it involve the Finlands?
By the way, I want a little funny thing. It's after prepping up. They tried to invade Australia once. All of them died to malaria. At the second invasion, they were all killed by demons. Third invasion, they were killed by Doomslayer. Fourth invasion, there was no force. they're all stuck at sea.
No, the fourth invasion happened is because Halligan. The fourth one was Halligan.
No, the fourth one was when Australia accidentally let off their magical nuke.
Oh yes,
it's for the fourth invasion.
It's quite weird. They kept on sending a certain legion called the Lamenters. Each time.
No. Yeah.
Poor lemon heads.
Yeah. The others just can't give them a break. Yeah, no matter what, they could never get out to Australia because something always happens and it messes everything up. The one time they got so much as anywhere, they were all killed by a koala.
Yes, with laser claws.
No. Zeus gave it laser eyes.
No, it's a koala. It's much like the dangerous rabbit in Albania.
Yeah, it just looked. Yeah, their invasions were constantly stopped by something ridiculous happening.
Yeah.
What their demons are, the Doomslayers there, he's constantly fighting them. Yeah, so yeah. Everyone just goes there to look and watch it be entertained by all the demons running from the Doomslayer.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. All of the Romans' invasions would actually work well if they put points into medicine.
Yeah.
Medicine and religion. No, not on just military. But anyway, so the Romans will have a supply train somehow, even though they took an entire village.
Okay, so next up.
Wait, there's
they're planning to build a railroad.
Really?
Yeah. They're planning to build a railroad for supplies.
oh boy.
These mother effers know how long it's going to take.
Jesus Christ.
And plus, there's not enough Chinese men.
Oh, but
Okay, that was a bad joke.
yeah, I didn't understand it.
In the U.S., the Intercontinental Railroad had cheap Chinese labor.
Ah,
That's like the first wave of Chinese immigrant to America came from.
okay.
All right, so what's the exclamation point? Is that what's next?
I think that's the end.
Author's notes.
The pressure of being always the best or always upholding the best value possible to do. No, it is not. You just need. It's hard, but not impossible. Because the thing is, as someone that likes to explore the science, to seal to science, there's something you should know. There is no such thing as the impossible. Anything is really possible if you try hard enough. There are things that are improbable that can't exist in reality. But we don't say it's impossible for someone to survive a deadly fall. We just say it's highly unlikely you do.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely that somebody took a direct hit from a magical nuke and survived.
There's only just one.
Just one.
Oh boy.
That's actually
Okay.
I'll let you roll.
I don't.
Okay, 21. 21.
20.
Okay.
Ninja, a quick question to ask you. What's 9 plus 10?
9 plus 10, 19.
You're supposed to say 21.
I don't get.
There's a meme. You don't get that meme? The 9 plus 10 meme?
Nope.
Oh boy, I'm thinking about leaving.
Okay.
It is
It's getting late.
kinda.
And he's bored.
Yeah, from our country, it's like 7 o'clock in your time.
8 p.m.
Oh, I forgot. You're 7 hours ahead. Okay, I was off by 1 hour.
I'm gonna leave. Atavisiem tiksimies vēlāk.
Atavisiem.
That.
So yeah, you got what I sent you?
Yeah, okay, it's a meme. Okay.
Yeah.
I may look at it later.
It's like 7 seconds long.
All right, fine. So it's just a kid who's saying 21, even though he doesn't seem he's trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. In the office of Governor Crocker. She sat at a meeting table with the Roman commander of the invasion force, Drake. They're with one of the blah blah blah.
Oh, Archer Maru showed up. Okay.
So yeah, Orochimaru showed up, and well, okay.
Blah blah blah. Da, 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 da.
Yes. Archimedes, it'll cause less to join the Romans. As you can see, the contract state to Uranus.
So wait, so is Orochimaru in charge of a village?
Yes, he's the lord of the rice village.
The what village?
Yeah, sorry, he's the lord. I'm sorry, hang on. He's the lord of the land of rice. He's also the leader of the land of sound. Turn the intelligence down.
So, to quote Filthy Frank, welcome to the my rice fields.
Yes, welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
So literally, Orochimaru is literally welcome to the rice fields. Okay. Basically saying, oh, use robotics. Why didn't you use mechanical limbs? Because metal is superior to organic.
Again, every time I hear that, I'll keep saying, okay, Mechanicus.
Or Necrons. Necron fanboy. I'd much rather be with the Tyranids than with you Necron fanboy.
It's like, the Necrons, they will eviscerate everyone as long as the Mechanicus don't go peeking around their tombs.
Yeah, all they care about is cutting the word universe from chaos. Some of them wants to wipe everything out, but they also want to beat their loans, and some even wants to cure themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, Wolf is asking to join in.
Yeah. All right then. Let me send you the link right quick.
Yeah, let's just have some fun. What would be her introduction? Would it be like wolf, 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 wolf?
Oh, I pretty much, I actually had a bit of it's like a bit of foresight. I was like, I'll just do this just in case she wants to come on.
You have a shit. Oh, you use one of those magic eyeballs.
It's like I thought, what if Wolvie wants to come on another time? It's like, okay, I guess I'll prep up. A intro just in case she wants to come on. And well, I decided to just essentially, because I am not very creative with intros, or because nobody suggested it to me, I decided to copy paste and say "Do not steal" on Dunn's intro for her.
Of course. I need to really expand on the JoJo one, but I also I want the one where the Black Templars are like purge.
You shall see. I also need you, if you can make a relaxer clip of all the Grandpa Joseph's English.
Oh yeah. I will actually make separate clips of them. I will find the compilation and then make separate clips of them, so you can use whatever you want. Like, oh my god! Oh no!
There is one English dub Joseph moment I do like, and that's the holy shit bricks.
Well, I do like the English of the part where he's talking the funeral scene.
Oh yeah,
when he crashed the funeral, and it's like, sorry, I'm supposed to be dead. Like, you didn't send that telegram like an ass, didn't you? Oh no, let's don't get all creaky fingers.
Okay. Okay, so they use people who are about to be killed for their crimes as test subjects. That makes sense.
Talk about cruel and unusual.
You probably don't have that amendment.
Wait, is he actually acknowledging the phantom limb thing is a thing?
No, they just went mad for guess reasons. If he acknowledges this is a thing, that's an immediate contradiction in part of the story.
They could be sold to the public. Oh yeah, what's the cost? What's the cost of those things? They must be really expensive.
And our resident Pokemon just showed up. Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We hear you.
Awesome. I was just trying to set my avatar Thank you for letting me join. I see we were down
Join?
a dragon, so I thought it might be fun.
Yeah. Like, no problem.
I am literally surrounded by wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm not a sheep.
You know. Give me a few. Hang on.
Don't you dare.
Oh, my intro.
Yeah.
If you dare to change my name, you jerk.
Fun for that.
Anyways, hang on. Here, I'll place that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Yeah, back to you.
There, okay. All right. So how much have you actually seen us looking over this stuff? Wolvie.
What did you say?
How much have you actually seen us like suffering through this?
Not kind of terrible. How much have I?
Have you seen us look over this entire series?
Oh, I kind of know the general gist.
Okay. Let's just continue, shall we?
Okay. While the brain is still preserved, it will break down like all things. We simply don't have the tools needed to keep the brain alive just yet. You should have put more points into medicine if that was the case.
Just ask the Necrons, okay? Clearly you want to make Necrons. Hey.
Also, we already know about your history. We learned from a butcher who told us all about you.
No one can stop it.
Orochimaru replacing his body with machinery?
Yep.
Yeah, basically Hephaestus is the Full Metal Alchemist's artificial limbs.
But without the drawbacks, because painkillers.
Super painkillers.
Is like the fact that phantom limb syndrome is all. The fact that phantom limb syndrome is not treated or cured. It's something that may or may not go away.
So when I see Crocker, I imagine Mr. Crocker from The Fairly Odd Parents.
Except it's a chick.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked here. I was quite shocked when I heard you killed only 2 of them. They won't be showing themselves anytime soon.
I think he's talking about Itachi and Kisame.
Oh, they killed those 2? Oh.
No, I think that's who's all that's left.
Are you sure you'll be able to control them? I fought them, and I barely managed to survive.
Anyways,
there's nothing really interesting here. It's just okay. You teamed up.
Alliance acquired. Frank the Druid.
Is Rogue spelled correctly? Or is it Rouge?
Huh? Yeah, let me try managing your mic settings a bit, because okay, repeat what you just said.
Oh, I said, is it spelled Rouge or Rogue?
Rouge or Rogue?
If he goes Rouge or Rogue.
Oh, I was saying Druid as a joke.
Oh no, he's talking about if he goes rogue. Oh no, that's not how you spell it. You're supposed to spell it like this.
Oh yeah. Oh.
rouge is a color.
And the bat.
Yeah. Oh my god, he messed up spelling rogue. How do you mess up the deity edge class?
Well, we are not noticing his grammar because we're just summarizing what we're seeing.
It's like
Because yeah.
So just imagining you're coming up with a story. You got to come up with a really cool name for your druid. I know, Frank.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. Frank's also a chef. There's a chef called Frank.
Yeah.
So there's 2 Franks in this Roman army.
Oh yeah, and by the way, this Roman army, there is none of the characters are Roman sounding.
So cool. I'm not really. Frank versus Naruto.
Yeah. Except Naruto joined these guys, these Romans.
Like met them, they treated. Here's what happened. He met them, they treated them like a person. Oh my god, I've been here you guys forever.
And then Frank resurrected his parents, and his parents agreed. Like, we literally spent chapters doing a custody battle between Jaira and Tsunade versus the Romans over Naruto.
It's like, you would throw out Tsunade, really? I'm pretty sure Tsunade would be very helpful to the Romans because, you know, their meds suck.
Yeah, their only solution is throw them into robot armor. Forge well, Graya! Alright, let's just continue.
Walls are protected by powerful jutsus that even I would not. They just simply broke through the wall. They broke through the wall. We can't get into the wall. How do we get into it? Just break the wall. Simple as that. It's like, no!
Use a giant battering ram!
It's like, we just broke through it. It's like, no, that's not how it works. Seals make it damn near impossible to break through. So you can't just do it straightforward or just cast fireball on it.
Yeah, especially with battering rams, which I'm assuming you built up on the site, which means they're mostly out of wood. No matter what you put over it, even if you put it on wheels, it's still gonna be out of wood.
I know what happens at the they built a battle ram, put it in a sealing scroll, carried it there, and then unsealed it, and then used it. Apparently, how do you break through that?
Broke through the wall. Oh, or realizing that the walls of his. Oh, realizing that he better have the walls reinforced.
Like, look
no!
break. That's
like addition to basic strategy stuff.
That's all. There's this part that's just stupid. Oh, if you can't kill him, put him in a statue, then break that statue. Then it's trapped. Like, no. Does he not know that breaking stuff that's sealed? If you seal something inside, you're not supposed to break it. Breaking it will unleash it. That's the most common thing that happens with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you never destroy things that has seals on them. What do? You make sure you don't break it, that the seal will break. Just avoid the seals when you strike the sword on the pot.
It works because he says it does. When it's not how it works at all. It's like, wasn't there like play stories of isn't there play stories of sealing away demons and stuff into objects, and then when those objects broke, those demons got loose?
Yeah.
It's because build their power won't power the seal. If anything, breaking it apart will stretch the seal, making it weaker.
Yeah, it takes a shorter time to break free.
It means that, and all that energy is now coming loose. It's going to get out faster.
And soon chaos will reign and takes over this planet.
So, by breaking something, you are actually helping it.
And dumping into the sea. Yes, the sea, the most perfect place for seals.
So, like, it's like, oh, look, this. Oh, they also use it as a filler when making cement for roads. It's like, really? It's like, demons won't be able to get. Nah, that's not how you do it. It's like, nah, just seal break this break into that space. Like, no, the seal doesn't. That's not how a seal works. How a seal works is that it's its own power and it's keeping it sealed.
Yeah, I love how Orochimaru just said, wouldn't that just free the demons? It says, no! How? How do you know that?
This person, Madhat needs to look at how actual seals work. Especially in fantasy, because how seals work is that they're maintained so that they never rust. They're maintained so that they never break or start to come loose.
Okay, here's another thing. Why is Naruto with these Romans?
Because they treated him like a normal human being. The decent.
No. Yeah, I mean, like, why didn't he just go to the Roman Empire? Like, hang out in the waves. Like, hang out with the waves with his parents, waiting for the first ship to come in. And have his little letter from Shasti saying, hey, these are now citizens of the Empire. I am vouching for them. Also, this guy has a demon inside him, and he wants to get it out of him.
I'm not sure why.
Like, that would be a far more interesting story. Like, because these Romans are so boring.
The labor engineers.
Please tell me they're undead.
I don't know. Look, Kim is having him work on a camp's growing garden while wearing training weights. Kim said that working in the garden while wearing weights will strengthen his body. It's training from hell. No, that's not training from hell. Training from hell is doing more extensive shit.
Yeah, and also...
Like, really?
Is he just wearing heavy clothing?
He's just wearing weights while tending to a garden. That's not training from hell. Real training from hell is stuff that can get you killed. It's like, do you know what the Marines do as part of their training? It's like the air, like, it's not all special forces training is technical training from hell. It's not exactly fun. Power of Christ compels you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering if is this a historical thing, or is this just made up? Because there is a author's note attached to this. Yeah. So blah blah blah.
Anyways, keep going. It's more like, it's like, really, it's like, it's training from hell, but it's better than the ones that ninjas put themselves through. No, ninjas put themselves through a lot more hellish training. Like, there is a little thing called the Forest of Death, and it's part of the junior exams. And some teachers tend to, like, it's all up to the teacher to teach their students. You know, it's like, it's all up to their senseis and how they're trained. So you never know how difficult their training may be. It may vary from person to person.
Yeah, the bell test, anyone?
We already built roads behind him as they march. Do I stay with the LD instead of going to basic training? There's usually these broken bones, cripples, and death. Hence making it better training, because the more dangerous your training is, the better.
Yeah, Butcher. Madhat. That's what training does. Elite training does. There's a reason why only few people would qualify.
Like, remember, SAS training is stupidly hard. It's like, don't compare special forces training to basic training. You will you will find it's a massive difference in terms of survival rating. Like, there's a dropout rate, and then there's a death rate for special forces training. Like, those two, there's just a. And do you realize that those two exist for a reason? It's just you said that the ninjas are special forces. So basic training is different from special forces training. And like, there are stupidly high standards. Well, no, not stupidly high, just high standards.
And then, of course, saying only with such a smaller ninjas that were all wiped out during one of the ninja wars.
Because there's too few ninjas fight. If I hadn't found out that the Alliance leader was made to he was just deliberately meant to harm the village. The leader was under the control of the Ikaski. Okay, Wolfie, it's like there's some echo coming in on your end. Do you have any headphones you can wear?
What happened?
We're hearing ourselves through your end.
Oh, through my earphones?
Have you checked the mic settings?
That's the weird thing. Like echo cancellation is actually. Okay. Anyways.
Oh, now they're crapping on Kratos because it's a way to crap on the Spartans.
Do not ever. I want to forget Kratos. I don't want to forget that this Kratos even exists, because his name is like they say it's a happy mistake that he was named Kratos.
No, clearly this guy was playing too much God of War.
No, I mean the developers for God of War, but they said that it was actually a happy mistake that we named this guy Kratos. Since Kratos in Greek myth is he's essentially Zeus. He's Zeus's biggest. He's a very big loyal follower to Zeus. Like, he suggested that they Kratos suggested that they put Prometheus on that chain. Like, he was the one that vouched for it.
So everything's Kratos' fault.
Essentially, yeah. It's like, yeah, Zeus enacted it, but Kratos suggested it. He was loyal to Zeus. He even vouched for his reign when they thought, well, maybe we should. But like, he vouched for Zeus's rule when people were thinking of, this is too tyrannical, I want to rebel against him. I was like, are you sure you want to do that?
Don't make me use my chain swords on ya.
The only time, and straight to the one killing one enemy. Besides that, it was beat by a softer one. Well, no, that's not how training works.
And no, they were defeated in battle, much like any other army.
It's like, listen, it's multiple factors, and I don't want to hear this bullshit. I don't want to hear this bullshit that's like, oh, despite their hard, brutal trade, they were defeated by a softer version of softer training. It's like, that's not something to boast about. That's not something you say that's like why we're better, because we didn't go through hard ass training and we could kill you easily. It's like, nope. Modern armies still have a high standard for training, because training is the difference between, because experience is the difference between life and death, but you become wiser. It's like, the thing is, you know the difference between like intelligence and wisdom, right?
Yeah, and also it depends on commanders. It's not just about. It's all about what's going on in the moment. Like, there's so many X factors in a battle.
You don't become a commander from having tended to gardens.
And then, now he says he has given up the ninja way. That's impossible. He is not removing his ninja headband.
Unless he has.
Because he has not given up the ninja way.
Actually,
he is going to be a true Mandalorian.
This is the way. He has a lab.
Wait, Frank the Druid has a lab?
Yes.
A druid with a lab? That's not a big garden. No wonder these Roman druids suck. They don't know the basics of druids.
Albion's druids are far superior.
Yes.
Sorry, Albion's druids. Their druids are far superior.
Yes. Why the magic of the druids, of course.
I mean, heck, they got all the knights still up in Albion. This guy should have went to the College of Albion Studies. He would have learned so many cool stuff. But no, he went to the... It's like seriously, all an Albion druid has to do is just flex his nature muscles, and suddenly he'll be able to create an entire golem.
No, he don't need to make golems. He could just turn you into a rabbit.
But just there's a guy,
the cool rabbit, the pathetic rabbits.
Yes, he will turn you into a little baby rabbit because you are a turtle.
Yeah, Albion druids, their only weakness is they like cute things. That's how this world got Pokemon, by the way. It was all because of Albion druids. They wanted to turn everything cuter.
Really? What an awful... So it's not really immortality, because it's like, oh, you'll look young, but you'll be old. Like, really?
Huh, Wolfie?
Yeah, we didn't hear what you say.
How did they try to incorporate Pokemon?
Oh, no. We were joking.
Yeah, he was making
From the early on is like, because we're just joking about Albion druids. Like, instead of making golems, like, they turn people into cute animals.
It started a whole new game called Pokemon. Anyways, continue on. Immortal but cripple. Is it really? Man, you should be like Armstrong and figure out how to make nanomachines, son.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you didn't put all your points into military, you could come up with nanomachines.
They hard in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me, Jack.
Yeah, so...
For your hard work today, love, Mom and Dad, and it's a cake.
Oh, no, they're gonna have Orochimaru put his brain in a machine?
Maybe. Float lower to left behind. D to learn to bake. The cost of running a ninja village, where even if food needs to be treated to build stronger bodies of ninjas, would be a massive cost for the lords who fund them. While under Roman rule, unless heavy tax to the point riots spring up, the taxes wouldn't hurt as much as funding a ninja village.
Hey, sir. It's the Roman Empire. And they had their tax systems. Was, the Holy Roman Empire with their tax toll booth system?
You mean the toll booth empire?
Yeah, just imagine that, but worse, because the way it was set up is that the tax collector, so the way it was set up is that people basically said, we can give Rome this amount of taxes from this region. There's no flat rates. It's basically a tax bid.
So it's all dependent upon region.
Yeah, and also these guys, these tax collectors, are totally known because they get profits. Basically, they give a certain amount. They say we're going to give Rome a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
Any money over that, they get.
Still, they're worse than the toll booths.
Yes, that's the reason why in the Bible, in the Bible, they were treated worse than Romans. If you were part of the Jewish people at the time,
mm-hmm.
and you became a tax collector, you're the worst of sinners.
Oh my god.
Because, yeah, you're going to get a lot of money, but you're basically selling your people out to the Romans, who, the Jews, didn't like the Romans at the time. And also, you're purposely exploiting your own people to gain huge profits.
Yeah. So it's like, so you're if you want the silver, you're gonna have to take it from my cold dead hands.
Well, they kind of had to. They had to pay it, and these people had to pay it, and so yeah, they were hated. So, cost of running a ninja village. Yeah, but guess what happened under Roman rule? Corruption.
Yeah.
Big time corruption in terms of the tax system.
I would imagine not being able to feel anything would lead people to be driven mad or kill themselves. Also, not being able to feel anything, they wouldn't know how damaged their body is. So you made up with the wrong reason for why people would kill themselves because they have fake limbs. I am even more insulted.
Read manga dealt with something like that, where the one that couldn't feel anything, they ended up with the other person won the battle by making the cells cold, and they ended up like falling asleep through the cold because they couldn't get their body temperature or something.
I know, but it's like he completely written out the phantom limb syndrome.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, they go insane
Because they can't feel.
because they basically feel like White Walkers.
It's like, so thanks for writing out phantom limb syndrome. I am so glad you decided to write out an actual symptom of losing your own limbs.
You would think that would be something a fanfic would add. Right? Like a fanfic would add something that detailed.
Yeah. It's like
Remember, if the door is too strong, just break through the wall. For most people, put all the protection on the door, but forget that a well-protected door doesn't matter if the walls are much weaker than the door.
Here's the thing. You may never know what you're trying to do when you go through the wall, because the wall's much thicker than the door. The door's the fastest way in. But do you understand? It's like you're going to be going through rock.
But that's just like castles. And then also, there's a thing called structural integrity. Trying to break through the wall is a pain for the people trying to break through it, with the possibility of stuff falling on top of you. And you're giving the enemy an opportunity to just wait there until you bash through the wall.
Yeah, it's like, when you break through the wall, it makes a lot of noise. It's like, but no, he kills Pain, despite finding that Pain as he's powerful, he's OP. It's like, nope, ain't dead.
Flash is weak. Remember, according to this, Flash is weak.
Remember, the Roman seals work like the Dragon Balls. Really? Does he know how the Dragon Balls work?
Yeah, no.
Does he know that the Dragon Balls are essentially worthless after their power is spent? It's like, occasionally it's worthless, and other times they just scatter. Like it's typical, like they supposedly scatter.
And also, that's not how seals work. You just say, oh yeah, but these are Roman seals.
And because quote unquote they work like the Dragon Balls, and they can only be freed if all the pieces are found together. You just then it's no longer seals, because that's not how a seal works. You don't fix a leak by slapping duct tape on it and then ripping off the duct tape, and it says no more leak. Because in order for it to leak, the seal has to be there. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Also, the Romans only see the man-eating animals more trouble than they're worth and simply killed them. And they would never use man-eating animals to be weapons. They use war pigs.
Also, flagellants exist. Do you know what flagellants are? They are crazed madmen who've just been armed.
They use dogs and pigs.
Yeah, like I don't think he knows how many ways humanity try to find and kill each other.
Yes, no matter how stupid and
Like, nobody,
overly complex.
nobody ever said it's like you know that word. Never give a psycho a weapon. We've done that.
It like the military made a bomb that is purposely called the gay bomb. Like the military always think of something silly to figure out how to kill people with. Like I bet they are right now experimenting how to use waifu pillows.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure we would use crazed madman if it was convenient.
Yeah, Crazed Madman is like top of the one of the easiest ones.
Anyone who does gardening as in growing your own food will tell you it's hard work, even more so than by wearing training rates. Like in Dragon Ball, where the turtle hermit has his two students work as laborers instead of putting them through the kind of training from hell you'd usually see in anime and manga, which leaves both students more mentally stable.
Oh my goodness, no.
Don't. Okay, listen. Dragon Ball is completely different from Naruto.
Yeah, and also, it's also a thing. Like the principle is that you take something like a mundane thing. It's like from Karate Kid, right?
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off. You take an everyday thing, and then you realize, oh, it's actually martial arts training. It's a trope. And also, weighted clothing is not scientific. Like, if we're talking about realism here, which your story is supposed to be built upon when it comes to ninja training, realistically, wearing training rigs while doing normal activities actually does more damage to your body if you do it too much than normal workout routines.
It's because like you're putting your muscles on a lot of strain, but you're also building up your
bones.
Yeah,
and also you're putting strain on the bones in that specific point of the body. But like people like we ignore that because hey, it's a fun fantasy. And it's like, okay, it's plausible. You have to always explain how they got stronger.
Besides, the choice between training that repeatedly breaks your bones into thinking it will make you stronger, even if it makes slightly credible suit of weight training and working on the farm, where you can rest you can need to, or like the road training where you train until you drop, which would you pick? The former, actually, because it actually does. It's like that's what they do. Break you, and you come back stronger.
Yeah, that's literally how muscles work.
Yeah, it's
when you're working out, you're literally ripping your muscles apart.
Yeah, you're putting strain on them. You're like the reason why people are in a lot of pain when they work out is because their muscles are being torn apart and then stitched back together. It's like it's like why you eat a lot more so you can like it's also why you sometimes rest, let them like it's like sometimes you don't constantly work out, so you like sometimes have some days of rest so like your muscles can like get used to the new digging. It's like that's the thing. That's what it's doing. You're literally harming yourself, but for the good benefit. For large government projects, the Empire uses the labor engineers to build them, instead of hiring laborers to do it. So, way to deprive people of a job.
Thanks for ruining your economy opportunities.
Yay! Thank you for taking away my fight. So, thank you for robbing the contractors of work.
So, are they the ones responsible for the Keystone Pipeline?
As the Romans have a large army, then peacetime needs to earn their keep, so British soldiers are used as laborers to repair the road network, farming fields, or working government warehouses, shipping supplies, while wearing weights to toughen them up.
That would be the worst idea to use workout things.
Yeah, no, that's not really trade. That's like doing mundane. It's actually why you don't really want to do mundane stuff while wearing weights. It's because you're not really pulling your body in a lot of intensive work, so the weights are doing the majority of the damage.
Yeah, they're more than ready to take on basic training or stay with the labor engineers maintaining the buildings and roads that allow the Empire to continue running. And for those
army, if you have work, farming fields, hey, while wearing weights, you would have a strong body that we have to go through basic training easier. You don't do it using weights. You just do manual labor.
Yes.
But just
Farmers.
as farmer muscles do better than the bodybuilder built in basic army training. Really?
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Oh Lord.
Or is he going with the Willie Orchard archers should be stronger than fire, rangers are stronger than fire thing? It's like, oh, because I use a bow and arrow, I'm stronger than a person that swings around a thing.
The amount of force required to swing a sword to go clean to kill somebody is actually the same amount as pulling a bow. And also, pulling a bow is not just on your arms; it's on your back and stuff. Like most of your, like, if it's just your arms, there's a limit. But you're using all your bodies for feats of strength.
He's like, oh, if you dare try bodybuilding and go into the military, you're just pretty much doing nothing.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for insulting my brother.
Yeah.
My youngest brother who's in the army.
Yeah, it's like, I think
and I'm jealous of his physique, by the way.
I don't think this guy knows really that, it doesn't matter. Basic trade does not discriminate. You will be put through hell all the same. Oh, you're sure you're doing better than everyone else? Well, guess what? You're going to be doing more.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Wolvie?
Wolvie? Bumpers?
What's your thoughts?
Oh, it's let me see. Well, see, part of the stuff is interesting. Seems to be a lot of the mundane training.
He's saying that by this logic, if you do like stuff like farming or manual labor while wearing weights, you're more likely to get through basic training easier than a guy who literally body builds. Which is completely and utterly false. Because number one, as we pointed out, like doing basic training, like doing mundane stuff while wearing weights, will actually do more damage to your body than just working out wearing weights.
Especially without proper stretching.
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing called stretching that you do before you work out. You can't really stretch when you're having weights on your wrists. Like the most sensitive parts of your body, and kind of important when it comes to movement. All right, is that it?
Nope, one more. For an interesting historical version, you can't go past the Sacred Bonds of the Band of Thebes, a company of elites composed entirely of paired homosexual lovers, one older and one younger, who being thus bonded would theoretically have a lot more invested in keeping the soldier staying next to them alive, and thus fighting harder in their defense could be more prone to berserking at the enemy's expense if their fellow fell, and it worked. Not only were they one of the most feared companies in ancient Greece, but Thebes triumphed in the Battle of Blatrusia over a larger force, 5 to 7,000 versus 10 to 11,000, by using a hitherto unforeseen battle tactic, in which the Sacred Band were instrumental. The enemy crushed and humiliated by the Sacred Band in this battle, the Spartans, yes, they defeated the Spartan way with the power of love. So there's no saying that gays would never make good soldiers.
Okay, so there's I'm not sure about the whole homosexual lovers things, but based on my knowledge of that battle where they kicked the Spartans, nobody expected the Thebans to win.
That's a subversion. It's that nobody expected them to actually win.
Yeah, it was, and then you know the funny part. The next big battle the Thebes were part of, after being on top for a while, they lost.
Yeah, they won once, never again.
Like, I'm not sure about the whole homosexual lovers thing. Like, that's probably like a rumor. That sounds like it was like a rumor at the time.
There's a lot of misconceptions regarding homosexuality in ancient Greece, so...
Like, yeah, like, their sexual ethics are weird. Like,
yeah, it's weird, but also it's like here, it's like, no, it's like, don't say the power of love will always triumph the Spartan way, because number one, that was just That was once a time. It didn't work twice.
Yeah, and
And second of all, there's a reason why some soldiers are better. Or it's like, yeah, wanting to keep the man next to you alive is important, but I don't think you want to get that attached to them. Because when you lose someone close to you, you will not really think all that straight. Because it'll have an effect on your mental health.
yeah, I'm not sure that's not how they work. It's if they're talking about like the homosexual lovers, as in like it sounds more like a common practice for a mentor and a mentee relationship that in the Greco-Roman world.
Pederasty.
Yeah, that it could happen that the older guy abused his power for the young guy.
Yeah, even though it's like if you take it from behind, you're a woman. No, yeah. Ancient Greece was heavily sexist. How could you tell?
Yeah, they expect the men to do whatever they want in terms of their sexuality. For women, nope. So could we just skip that? Like,
Okay, it is. Yeah, like it's okay. We're 3 hours and 11 minutes into this.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we'll stop here. Like, yeah, we'll stop here. Actually, hang on. How long is this chapter? Oh God.
Tell me it's long.
Relatively short. Apparently, like the last few bits, just the it's just the Arthur's note. Okay.
All right. See ya, Grant Harper. I think we can save it for next time.
All right. So everyone, that was Roman Fox. This seems like a good end to end the special on.
Hey, and we managed to get it's a special / 2-chapter reading.
Yeah. And it still proves itself to get even worse as we keep going on.
Yeah, maybe like we wait until like a month or so before we get like or some other time so we could go into deeper world building.
Yeah, maybe I am actually going to plan also another special that we're going to do when we finish this fanfic is actually the final special for this fanfic aside from world building is we're going to read the comments of it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We're going to read all the comments made about Roman Fox. So yeah, everyone, have a nice day. I've been
having it seems like an interesting premise. So lately it's more like the world building and stuff.
The premise is interesting, it's how it's executed that's awful.
Oh, well, the problem is that it's not even the premise. It's like, yeah, here's a cool premise, but it's not really the premise.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse, and worse, and worse.
And it's just boring worse too. Like we're now in the point where we're just gonna summarize chapters.
Yeah. It's like the world we came up with was more interesting than this.
Like as a joke, and we did it for fun.
We did this for fun. And we came up with a lot of hilarious stuff, and it was for fun.
Like not as hilarious this time as it was last time when we were just doing it off the cuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they know that you're reading their story somehow.
I doubt it. Like all of a sudden we're gonna do in the comments like he's gonna rant at us. Rant at Wolf, and that'll be hilarious.
Like I don't think he'll know about me. It's like it sounds if he does update, if he puts it in an update for fic and he just targets me, I'm like, oh the gloves are coming off.
Oh, yeah! It's like, ooh, time for a crusade. Oh, so it's a crusade. No, what is it? What the Americans say? Oh yes, peacekeeping effort.
Yeah,
we'll be there to keep the peace.
It's just trying to teach you all the concept of freedom. Anyways, see you guys next time.